We want to welcome all former band members and supporters who made this program something our entire community is proud of. Prior to tonight's game, an alumni band reception was held along with the official groundbreaking for the new band room. At this time, we want to recognize all ARAB band alumni. If you are a past member of any of the band programs at ARAB City Schools, please stand. Okay, if you're not, please stand. No problem. We've kind of got our order confused here, but let's give a round of applause for all those band members. The ARAB band program began in 1943 with Peter Roberts as the first director, serving the ARAB community for 5 years. After his tenure ended in 1947, the ARAB band program had 6 different directors in the next 10-year period, many of them serving different schools in the area. For the past 50 years, from 1959 until today, ARAB has had only 3 band directors. We are honored to have all 3 of these dedicated professionals on the field in front of you tonight. In 1970, the band program had grown so that assistants were hired to direct the 5th grade band at the elementary school and the 6th through 8th grade band at the junior high. There have been a total of 5 assistant directors, with 2 of those also with us tonight. 2 past assistants now have positions with Guntersville City Schools and McAdory City Schools, respectively. We want to honor these directors who are with us tonight. Accompanying them on the field are current and past drum majors and drum majorettes to present each of them with a plaque commemorating their service and dedication to ARAB's young people through the band program. Miss Isom is accompanied by her husband, Benny Isom. She has been with us since 2006, and we look forward to many more years of her service. Presenting a plaque of appreciation to Mrs. Isom is current drum major Tommy Townsend. Our other assistant director is Mr. Jerry Day. Mr. Day faithfully served the ARAB band program for 27 years, from 1972 until his retirement in 1998. Sergeant Seth Sullivan of the ARAB Police Department and drum major for the 1991-92 school year will present a plaque to Mr. Day, thanking him for his dedication, service, and the high standards he set for his students. Mr. Day must have had lots of patience as he taught young musicians their very first notes. These 3 gentlemen provided exceptional service and leadership as directors over the next 50 years. These are our 3 directors on the field tonight. Beginning on our right, Mr. Paul Talent, on the field with his son Benjamin, has been a dedicated director for the past 13 years, since 1997, carrying on the band tradition before him. We are fortunate to have him as director and look forward to his continued leadership. Presenting a plaque to Mr. Talent is Greg Murphy, who was Mr. Talent's first drum major in 1997. Next is Mr. Greg Faulkner, who served as band director for 5 years, fall of 1992. After several years in administration, Mr. Faulkner is now superintendent of the Ottawa County School System, which includes the city of Prattville, where he and his family live. During his time in ARAB, Mr. Faulkner enhanced the tradition of excellence in the band program with exceptional leadership and dedication. Back to Mr. Faulkner is Joey Hoffman, the drum major during Mr. Faulkner's first year as ARAB's director. leadership as band director for 33 years, from 1959 until 1992, the ARAB band program evolved into one of the finest anywhere. His love of music, caring, and high expectations were imparted to his students, who will always remember the positive influence he had on their lives. His dedicated and distinguished service to the ARAB band program is unparalleled. Presenting a plaque to Mr. Washam is Miss Judy Gibbs Glenn, a former drum majorette for Mr. Washam. She led the band on the field in the 1962. Thank you, Mr. Washam, for the 50 wonderful years you have given to this band program, the school system, and the community. To all of you who are recognized tonight, present and former members of the ARAB band program will always be indebted to you for helping to develop our talents, encouraging us to do our best, and for teaching life lessons that will never be forgotten. Thank you for being such a positive influence in our lives. At this time, alumni band members, please stand. Give them a hand. Thank you so much for making this a special night.
Chad Robertson, and with that in mind, you have got two run-oriented teams. Will they elect to put the ball in the air, or are they going to plow through this? It seems to me the team with better tackle-to-tackle offense could take control of this ball game running between the tackles.
Exactly. We go back to the Gunnersville game. If y'all remember, the field was very wet, and they had trouble running the ball in the wet grass. You know, it's going to be give and take for the first few minutes of the game, maybe the first quarter, to see what's going to happen, but I'm not looking for the ground game to be much there tonight.
Let's go down to the field for the toss of the coin. Here's Kim Lund with the officials.
All right, Michael, thanks a lot. The guys are shaking hands right now. I'll let the referee take over.
Week 8, you know what we want. Take care of your teams. We don't want to have to, okay? We got a 25-second play clock in either end. That'll be official unless I tell you otherwise. The game clock's down here, okay? All right. Foul or infraction. I call for a blue captain or a white captain. Somebody come to me. I'll explain your choices, but make sure you understand, okay? All right, White, you're the visitor. This coin says tails, so obviously that side's heads. What do you want to call? Heads. What'd you hear? Heads. What'd you hear? Heads. That's what we get here. We got a tail, so that means blue, you've won the toss. Got choices. You want the football. Blue won and wants to receive. White, which goal do you want to defend? Put your basket.
There you go, guys. To wrap it up for you, ARAB won the toss. ARAB will be defending the east goal. And again, it is a soggy field, similar to last week with Etowah, down in Etowah, only worse. It's like Jell-O. So, boy, it's going to be a rough one tonight. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Kickoff is next, the Arabian Knights and the Boaz Pirates on the Fun Radio Football Network.
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank. www.pibonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 466340.
Twilight Monument in Boaz is your hometown dealer, and they'll be there for you when you need them, just as they've done for hundreds of families over the past 37 years. You can depend on Jerry and Maxine Battles at Twilight Monument Company.
With gas prices and inflation at an all-time high, Alexander Ford understands it's tough out there. We do not want to be just some dealership, we want to be your dealership. For all your sales, parts, and service needs, we believe we can save you money. We have new inventory on the way, a fully stocked parts department, and an award-winning service department.
Alexander Ford has been family-owned and operated for over 50 years in Boaz. We want to be a part of your family.
Visit Boaz Discount Drugs and Johnson Hallmark in their new location just up the street on the corner of Highway 168 and Elizabeth Street in Boaz. Same helpful, friendly service with personal attention to each prescription. Boaz Discount Drugs is your prescription compounding specialist with custom medications to fit your needs. And Johnson's Hallmark is your source for all occasion cards and gift items. Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of our community and our local schools, academics, and athletics. Best of luck to all our local teams throughout the season. Our mission at Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is to provide the most reliable electrical service at the lowest possible rate. We strive to achieve our mission with quality and reliable service and a commitment to our consumer needs. We want to be a beacon in each community that we serve.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
The Arabian Knights and the Boaz Pirates about to kick off. Arab will be decked in blue. Blue headgear over blue jerseys and blue pants. The Boaz Pirates currently are geared in white. White jerseys over a silver white pant with red headgear and red numerals, but I'm sure it will be brown before the first quarter is over on both sides of the ball.
Probably after this kickoff, you're going to see a lot of that because look at the middle of the field. There's no green. There's nothing but water and brown mud out there right now. I know you're getting tired of hearing us say that, but you'll see what we're talking about here shortly when we talk about people slipping and sliding.
The Boaz Pirates will kick off tonight, and Emmanuel Aragon will kick off. He'll do the duties, and will do it from the far side hash mark. As you listen, the Arabian Knights will move from left to right in the first quarter of this all-important region game. Winner in, loser hopes and prays. We're about ready to get this one under the way. Aragon looking over to the sideline. Apparently he wants another tee or perhaps another football than the one that was provided, so we're waiting the young ball boy to bring that out to the field.
They didn't even have a football.
And, well, the official had one, but he decided he wanted another, so he's going to get it. Uh-oh, they already dropped it. Oh, that was one muddy. I'm telling you, folks, the field, and this is not a slam at this particular field. I can assure you, if you don't have artificial turf, every high school field in Alabama looks like this or worse tonight.
Goldsmith Shipman in Huntsville's got the highest crest of anyone I've ever seen, and they are underwater over there in East Huntsville.
They had to move the Columbia game last night to Milton Frank and make it a doubleheader, and tonight I'm sure weather and field condition is going to play in. Temperature at game time, 49 degrees, wind blowing from the west, and the kick is off. It is a short, ugly one. It will drop in the mud. It will be picked up at the 35-yard line, and the Arabian Knights in a just a rugby-style move take it to a smudge or a grudge or whatever they call it.
Scrum.
That's it, a scrum to the 42-yard line. The tackle was made by Blake Ramsey for the Boaz Pirates. So the Knights operate with good field position to start the first series of this football game. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
You see what the official was doing. He was looking for a place. They told us that where they set the ball may not be where it's supposed to be. They're going to put it in the dry spot they can.
Knights open up in the pistol formation with wideouts to either side, but they will go into the I formation. Boaz with a senior-laden unit, 4 up front, and 2 of the best linebackers you will see or hear all year. Option play to start the game, and to start things off, there is a situation where Embry in the mud goes sliding down for about a 4-yard loss. He tried to plant his foot and make a cut up the field, and Chad Robertson, nothing to plant.
There was no Boaz Pirate around him for 4 yards. He just fell down in field condition.
He had a 3-foot slide mark there. I mean, he actually went down with nobody around him.
And we see immediately on the first play of the game, the field condition come to play. And now Embry having to wipe his hands off on his uniform, which is already muddy from the waist down. Up under center, I formation, snap. Embry's going to keep it on the left side. He's got a little bit of traction, a little bit of footing, and there they slide back to the original line of scrimmage out there. As not a very pretty run, and none of them are going to be very pretty because you can't get anything going. That was Langley on the stop. for Boaz, the cornerback, and now his one of a 10 already obscured by the mud.
He tried to plant his left foot down. It slid out from under him. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
3rd and long for the Arabian Knights. Far side hash marker close to it. They're going to run a power play off right tackle. They'll give it in the backfield, and carrying the football for the Arabian Knights will be Jonathan Spurlock. He got a lot of action last week at tailback. He will gain only about a yard and a half, and that was Chase Williams, the linebacker, to make the stop.
That was a sloppy play right there, but it was nothing the kids did. They just couldn't go anywhere. They were tiptoeing, trying to move their feet over there.
And if you get the feeling the game's being played in slow motion, you should be down on the field trying to run in this stuff. Single back for the for the Boaz Pirates. The Knights forced to punt, their first punt of the night from the 31-yard line. High snap, and the punt is away as kicking it out of a punt formation is Grant Lake, and the Knights are going to bury the return man, Drew Phillips, at the 32-yard line. Seth Black was there first for the Arabian Knights. So the Boaz Pirates take over, 1st and 10, their first offensive possession in this football game with 9:51 to play and no score. A reminder for you that cheering on Arabian Night football on Fun Radio are your friends at Northgate Chevron, where you can fill up on quality Chevron gasoline with Techron for lower emissions. Join the great folks for a fill-up and more at Northgate Chevron on the Parkway at Northgate Drive. I formation for Boaz, 1st and 10. Don Gaither is the quarterback. Make that Dan Gaither. Here's motion, and they're in that power eye to the left side and give it to Drew Phillips, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, but the power of Phillips is going to carry him for about a 5-yard gain. That's the kind of running that you got to get used to in tonight's game by Drew Phillips. He'll get it 35 times. He is a power runner inside, but he is a speed runner outside. Cody Martin on the stop for the Knights.
And he averages 32 touches a ball game. He's averaging 7 yards every time he touches it. He got 5 first time.
It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Pirates. Near side hash mark just shy of the 38-yard line. Gaither is your quarterback. Slot to the right side in the proverbial power eye. Turn, Phillips at middle guard. Not much running room there, as that time the Knights' defense stiffens as he crosses the 40 up near the 41-yard line. But Chad Robertson, his footing may have gave away as he tried to make a cut as he got to the line of scrimmage.
He planted that right foot and it gave, and there he went to his knee, fell forward, and would eat him up.
Seth Black was there for the Arabian Knights to make the stop, along with Cameron Arbuckle, who is starting tonight at a defensive end position for the Arabian Knights. 3rd and short for Boaz with 8:45 to play in the first quarter and no score. 3rd and 2 from just over the 40-yard line in their own territory. Drew Phillips dots the I. Slot to the right side. Gaither turns. Phillips tripping, and he lost footing, and he will get maybe a yard and nothing more as the blue shirts swarming, and Cameron Arbuckle, who we just mentioned, was there underneath the pile, and Tim Lund, it looks like the Arabian Night defense very tight inside, trying to prevent anything from breaking by Drew Phillips.
And you mentioned earlier in the game, Michael, that a lot of the running will be north and south, right up the middle. It'll be a battle of the lines tonight. The offensive and the defensive lines really working hard, and we'll have to continue that throughout the game.
Punting situation.
We talked earlier, said the most valuable player tonight would be Mother Nature. Looks like it is.
This is Jonathan Hughes to punt the ball away. High hanger taken, and a dangerous catch. But Davis trying to make the most of it, and he'll pull it in for about a 1-yard gain on the return as the stop was made by Walls and helped there by Charles Potter. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Arabian Knights as the change of possession will net Boaz about 4 yards with 7:48 to play in the first quarter and no score. But we have a procedure penalty motioned against Boaz. I did not see the flag because it blended in with the mud.
I still don't see the flag.
They dropped the flag right about the time of the kick.
And the Knights are going to decline this penalty. Better off to take it where you got it and see what you can do with it. 7:48 to play first quarter, no score. Great meal tonight, guys. We were at Sun's Barbecue again. It was second time, and I'll tell you, it just gets better and better over there.
It was outstanding. The potatoes, the salad you had, and I had those ribs again. Everybody else had the hamburgers and stuff. If you want some good food, go to Sun's Barbecue on the Parkway here in A-Rail.
You even shared a rib. I had to share a couple of fried pickles with you.
And the baked beans. Oh, man.
I bet you still are enjoying those. I formation for the Arabian Knights on first down at their own 32-yard line. Quarterback Jonathan Embry, the outstanding senior, turns fakes to the fullback, going to follow him on the edge play and get about 4, maybe 5 yards. Right up the middle, and this gut check time up the middle. Stop was made for Boaz that time by, that was Calvin Williams. Now, he is the brother of Caleb Williams, and both of them are excellent football players, but Chase Williams, rather, and Chase Williams is going to be the young man headed off to Jacksonville State. He gave him a verbal commitment earlier this week. And look at the helmet of Jonathan Embry. It is now brown, and I don't know, he may have mud in his eye. This is Ridge Davis, not used to running in this. He's trying to slide, and he did slide, but he slid parallel to the line of scrimmage for virtually no gain, maybe a half-yard loss to bring up 3rd and 3.
This looks like one of those reality shows you see, Japanese reality shows, trying to get through the mud and the muck, pick up something and go there. They're going everywhere. They're running 5, 10 yards to the left and 6 inches up the middle.
Did the parents have to do the laundry on these uniforms after the game?
But a few years ago, we bought some super heavy-duty wash machines. I'm glad we did.
We're going to need them tonight. They're going to be mud caked by the time this one's over. 3rd and 5 for the Arabian Knights at the line of scrimmage, the 37-yard line. They unbalance to the left side. Single setback in the pistol behind Embry. He'll get it. That's Jonathan Spurlock. Spurlock wants the outside. He ain't going to get anything. There is no way you can make a cut outside the hash marks in my estimation from up here. Kim Lund, I don't know. You're closer to it than I am, but I don't think anybody has any traction whatsoever down there.
The only way you're going to make yards, Michael, is if the offensive line for your team blows up a giant hole and you can run straight through it. As you've noticed, no one's passing tonight. Anything going east and west is not really working, so we're going to see a little bit more of that straight-on running as we progress.
Knights to punt the ball away. Grant Lake again from the 25-yard line. Here's the snap. Good snap. Pretty good punt. It'll go away from Drew Phillips. He'll pick it up in good territory. He's to the 40. Phillips to the 50. He got a running lane there because there were no blue shirts around, and by the time they closed, he was in Arab territory at the 47-yard line. Best field position of the night for either team. The Boaz Pirates have it 1st and 10 at the Arab 47.
The only way for either one of these teams, if they had big-time big-time equipment out here, they all need spikes on their shoes about 4 inches. That's all. They got these little half-inch cleats out here. It's not going to get it. They need something with traction.
The kicker, Grant Lake, was the man that made the stop on Phillips, as Phillips just picked the ball up, and the Knights cover team had stopped, expecting the ball to die and not to pick it up, and he ran it back for about 16 yards. So Boaz has it 1st and 10 in Arab territory. They flip the field to start this possession at the Arab 47-yard line with 5:40 to play in the game, in the first quarter, and no score. Here's Gaither. Gaither's going to hand it off to Phillips, deep man in the eye, and he'll run off right tackle, and they just push some people out of the way, and he'll get about 5 yards. And the Arabian Knights finally just ride him down as the tackle was made by Riley Burrows and Cody Martin.
As soon as he hits the line, he just starts spinning left or, round and around like a Tasmanian devil. That's the only way he got that. He got a good 3-4 yards out of it.
But they give him 3 because they say his knee hit the ground, and the ground just gave him another 2, so they put it back to where his knee hit the ground. I'll tell you, Chad, this is an interesting scenario here.
If you get out of this mud hole on the other end of the field, maybe a different situation. We're in a mud hole right now.
The only place that's green's the goal line.
2nd down, 7 for Boaz. Slot to the right side, motion coming behind. Now they're going to line in the power eyes. He stops behind the tackle. Give it to Phillips. Bingo! Big hit right there. And that was Cameron Arbuckle. Wow. He just got nailed on that one.
Would you look at the uniform that Drew Phillips has got right now? There's one little white spot left on top of his shoulder blade.
Though, Kim, kids love to play in the mud.
They do, Michael, and I'm sure this is no exception. I know those linemen like to get out there in the mud. And by the way, speaking of linemen, the Pirates' offensive line, fairly large size. I don't have the weights down here with me. I'm sure you got the weights and heights. They're big guys.
201, 199, 199, 229, 283 tackle to tackle. And the big guy is on the right side. In fact, the big guard and the big tackle are on the right side. Fake on play action. Here's Gaither going to throw it downfield and off the fingertips. The pass was intended downfield for a stretching Baker. I believe that was, yes, it was. Ethan Baker, 6'3", 187 junior. And Chris Mann on coverage for the Arabian Knights will bring up 4th down for Boaz.
We're going to have a lot of help, Kim, with numbers, because when they start sliding like that, we can't see their numbers down here already.
Field position is going to play big as this game continues, and the Boaz Pirates have a chance to pin Arab very deep in their own territory.
They played 2 junior high football games Tuesday night in the pouring down rain here.
Oh, boy. Here's the punt. And back is Davis. Oh, my God. He's going to feel it at the 5. Steps aside. He'll try to get back to the 10. The Knights are going to be pinned way back. And this is not good, folks. Back at the 10-yard line. So Boaz, defensively and with special teams, now have given Arab a situation where on each starting possession point, they have moved backwards. And this time, the Knights start out at their own 10-yard line.
Well, if he hadn't had started at the 5, because that ball would have hit at the 5 and not went anywhere, it would have marred up right there. Most valuable player may be the Mother Nature or the punter tonight, because that's who anybody's going to get the ball.
During tonight's game, our Fun 92.7 scorekeepers are keeping up with high school football scores in every stadium in the sound of my voice, quarter by quarter from all around the Tennessee Valley. Coming up, the Pizza Hut in-game scoreboard, brought to you by America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut. So the Knights open up in the I, 1st and 10 at their own 10. We're late in the first quarter, no score. Embry looks it over, going to run a little counter trap up the middle with the fullback, and not much running room that time for Blake Suttles. He'll get 2, and that's all. Stop was made by Caleb Williams, and he was right there on top of him as he made the cut. Tonight's Arabian Night football game is sponsored in part by Joe's Car Wash. Boy, we can all use one of those, can't we? Brindley Mountain Parkway at Sundown Drive across from McDonald's. Hand wash, full detail, inside and out. It's Joe's Car Wash. Call 256-506-3629 for hours and more details. 2nd and 8. Embry looking to the sideline for the call. Boaz showing an 8-man front. They're crowding the box. And Embry's going to keep it. Quarterback sneak, biggest gain of the night so far for the Arabian Knights. He is near first down yardage, and I believe he is going to have it. We're going to give it a long look. John Hughes on the stop for Boaz, and Kim, he's pretty close to the marker there.
Yes, he is, Michael. It looks like a first down.
That is your initial Arabian Night AT&T Wireless Expressions 1st and 10. Wireless Expression is your authorized AT&T dealer in Guntersville on Highway 431 next to O'Charlie's, and now in Arab on the Parkway next to Dairy Queen. AT&T and Wireless Expressions, your world delivered. Knights on first down are in the gun. They'll take the snap for the first time out of the gun. They give it to Rich Davis off the left side. He does a good little stutter step move and put his hand on the ground to balance himself and gains about 3 yards where Gaither, the safety, who's also the quarterback for Boaz, made the stop.
Well, that's the most yardage we've had tonight right there. We've had 2+ yards now. We moved it on down the field, 2nd and about 6, I think, to go for first down with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Boy, this clock is running, and we have had no stoppage in action whatsoever in this one. I think the officials may be a little chilly. They may want to go home early. 2nd and 7.
They call the heat timeout off.
You got 3 coaches, Boaz, wearing shorts over there.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, they're tough. I can do that.
I'm glad somebody can. Here's a pass. Arab's first pass of the ball game is complete to Hamilton, and he'll go out of bounds as he caught it. A nice catch by Hamilton over the top that time of Colin Langley. Langley had position and good coverage, but again, we see Trey Hamilton make a circus catch.
That was outstanding. He just timed it, waited, reached his hands above the defender, and brought it down, kept 2 feet in, stepped out. I know Mom and Daddy's down there, and Grandma and Grandpa, they're Jack and Martha's tickled to death over it down there.
Tonight's Arabian Night football game sponsored by Space Age Quick Lube, your complete car service stop. Engine repairs, new tires, whatever your car needs, they do it all. Space Age Quick Lube, Brindley Mountain Parkway North at Eddie Scant City Road. It is another Arabian Night Wireless Expressions AT&T 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. So the Knights clawing themselves out of a deep mud hole. Still no score late in the first quarter. We're down to the 2-minute mark. Here's the turn, giving it to Ridge Davis at left guard. And that time Buchanan, or Burhorn, Corey Burhorn, is there to make the stop. Now, Ronnie, we talked with Coach Parker about these linebackers on Coach's Breakfast this morning. Chase Williams and Corey Buckhorn. And Coach Parker, who has a keen eye for defense, says these may be the 2 best linebackers this team will face all year.
He said probably one of the better teams, if not the best team they're going to face, because how quick they were and how much they went to the ball. They paid attention.
And both the coach and I agree that it is the defense that has really made the difference this year for this Boaz Pirate team coming in here at 5-2. 2nd down and 8, I formation for the Knights. Slot to the right side. Knights moving left to right as you listen with 1:18 to play in the first quarter and no score. Here's Embry turning, wants to throw a little swing pass, a little slip screen, going out to Spurlock in the mud, and he'll lose 3. No, he'll lose 5. He'll lose the original 2 yards that was gained on first down and 3 more as he is knocked down. Langley was back there to make the stop along with John Hughes, but that little swing play just developed way too slow, Chad.
Yes, it did. The field condition, we keep on saying that, but what scares me the most is falling awkward or straining yourself awkward when you start sliding.
I've been worried about these knees. When they try to plant that knee, if they plant and get hit, I worry about those knees on these young kids.
It is 3rd down and 12 from where they placed the football. It is at the 43-yard line, Arab territory. Embry in the shotgun takes the snap, looking to pass. Great protection. Now it breaks down, and Embry will have to run. 40, 45, 48, but shy of the first down at the 49-yard line. He was being pursued heavily by the man that initially made the hit, Zach Parrish, a very good lineman in there. The initial tackle, Sam Walls, the outstanding fullback on offense and defensive end, gets up with a little bit of a limp. He, too, made the stop, so it will be 4th and 7 for the Arabian Knights, and that will be the end of the first quarter. No score between Boaz and Arab on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for Bullfrog Spas and Swim Spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050. Shane Vandegrift and the Lake Guntersville Real Estate Team are proud supporters of the Guntersville City Schools and Wildcat Athletics. They encourage you to get out and support your local sports. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, the best call you can make is Lake Guntersville Real Estate at 256-582-0112. Visit their informative website, shanev.com. They're your source for real estate in the Lake Guntersville area. They'll support you through the entire process, just like they support the Wildcat.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer. There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bonds Appliance on Gunter Avenue in Guntersville.
You walk in the door, it's a hometown atmosphere, just a great place to purchase a vehicle.
We're going to do what we say we're going to do.
I've been a customer for over 8 years and I love it.
The customer can relax and feel like that there's no pressure.
We've had a very good experience.
I will come back here to buy whatever cars that we are going to buy in the future.
We don't try to steer you in a different direction.
For us, we don't need to go anywhere else.
We want everyone that walk in that feel like they're at home, that they're part of our family. Because at Sand Mountain Toyota, we are more than a dealership.
First Baptist Church of Guntersville is another proud supporter of Guntersville High School. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the seasons.
As we approach halftime, no score with 1 quarter in the books between the Knights and the Boaz Pirates, and the Knights will have to punt the ball away. Grant Lake for the 3rd time tonight. High hanger. He doesn't want to kick it to Phillips, and this one will go in the direction of the 20-yard line and die. And when I say die, it hit, rolled over on its side, and said, "I ain't going nowhere." And as a result, Boaz will get the ball 1st and 10 just over their own 20-yard line. Coming up, the halftime show brought to you by Marshall County Gas District. Gas does it better naturally.
They're going to get a shovel out there and dig the ball out where it's stuck right now. I think they got somebody on the sideline with a shovel just for that job.
So the Boaz Pirates, offensively, 1st and 10, just shy of the 21-yard line, operating in their own territory in a greener part of the field. Motion this time by Langley. He stops. They turn and they give it to Drew Phillips over that tackle position where Langley had stopped, and they just wedge him out for about 4 yards up near the 25-yard line. And that was Riley Burrows, the 5'10", 167-pound junior, to make the stop. Missed a couple of games with a little bit of a neck stinger, but has come back strong.
What you got, Chad?
Interesting stats here. Arab had 13 plays, 7 minutes and 59 seconds, 2 punts. Boaz had 6 plays, 2 punts, a little under 4 minutes. So it's punt the ball first quarter.
And it's been really between when you look at it, between the 30s, except for the last 2 possessions, both teams have been backed up a bit. Here's Boaz spreading it out. Wide outs to either side, slot to the right side. I formation, toss sweep coming. You can read that coming. And Phillips is going to have some running room at the 30. He leaves a man at the 40. Phillips still going 50. Phillips down the sideline, still on his feet. He's now out of bounds, and the official right on it, the trailing official will say he stepped out of bounds all the way down to Arab territory at the 32-yard line. What an outstanding run by the workhorse, Drew Phillips. Chris Mann was the man that finally forced him out of bounds. But that time, Ronnie, they set it wide. You saw that toss sweep coming, and they just basically got in front of people. Kim Lund, they didn't really block anybody. They were just standing in front of people.
Michael, I saw 2 good tackles over here on the sideline. 2 of the offensive line did a fabulous job giving Drew enough time to get around that corner and get those yards.
Well, one thing about it, when he got on the side over here, he actually had some green grass over here. He's out of the mud when he turned it up over there.
There was some outstanding running agility shown here. Same play, Phillips short side of the field this time. Knights meet him head on. He'll still get positive yardage. He'll get all the way down to the 25-yard line as the possession started at the 33. So give him 7, almost 8 on the play. Grant Lake, the outstanding tackler and leading tackler, the outstanding linebacker, I should say, for the Arabian Knights, there to make the stop. Tonight's Arabian Night football game on Fun Radio brought to you by Ross Originals and Sports Outfitters, your official outfitters of Fun Radio. Alan and Patsy Ross supporting high school football throughout North Alabama with the best in athletic wear from all the brand names. For team uniforms or all your favorite team's gear, it's Ross Originals and Outfitters in Guntersville. Off left side goes Drew Phillips. First down, Boaz at the Arab 23, I do believe. Burrows again on the stop. And Kim, from where it looks, is it short or does he have the first down? They're going to measure, I think. They're going to measure. We're going to take a timeout. With 9:55 to play in the first half, no score, Arab and Boaz. The Pirates are threatening on the Fun Radio Football Network. First down, as we called it from the box, at the 23-yard line. Operating far side hash mark with 9:40 to play in the first half, and Boaz threatening in the red zone in Arab territory. Motion to the left side, and they'll give it this time to Walls, the fullback. He breaks through on a hole right off left tackle. Great little trap block up front as the Knights, Arbuckle had to make the stop. Had he not made the stop, he'd have found the end zone, but got 8 out of the play.
Well, the reason he did so well, they wasn't used to him running the ball. We were just talking here. Mr. Drew Phillips has ran the ball every single play except now 3. They had 1 pass play to a guy went undefeated,
incomplete.
Incomplete, thank you, undefeated. And then they've given it to the fullback 2 times now, so he's had the ball every time except for 3 plays.
Wing back to the right side this time in the slot, and going in motion is Langley. Here's the turn. Give it Drew Phillips off left tackle, and he'll be very close to first down yardage down near the 12-yard line. Arbuckle on the stop. And Kim, it looks like from here, you were talking about the size of the Boaz line. From here, it looks like the Boaz line just staying low and staying on their blocks longer than they were on their first possessions.
That's exactly how it's going, Michael. And that coupled with the fact that they have just a tad bit quickness off that line, just beating out the Arab Knights just ever so slightly coming off that line, really making a difference and giving those guys for the Boaz Pirates a chance to run the ball.
Supporting Arabian Night football on Fun 92.7 radio this season are your friends at TJ Signs. We see TJ every Friday at Hardee's with Coach's Breakfast. TJ Signs is your complete sign and lettering headquarters, specializing in van and truck lettering. It's TJ Signs for all your sign needs at 256-796-8770. You know, Chad, TJ is making a special sign for Coach's Breakfast for Ronnie over here.
What is it going to say, Michael?
Wide load.
Yeah. I'll tell you a little story about Nextel phones and me here in a little bit after this play. A true story.
Third down on the measurement that time, and short for the Boaz Pirates, less than a half a yard. Let's see what the Knights can do defensively now, as Boaz is, the ball looks like at about the 13, is that right, Kim?
Yes.
I formation for the Pirates, slot to the right side this time. Here's the play, goes to Phillips, left side, first down yardage down around the 10, and the Knights again pile him up there, but I think he's got it. What do you think, Kim?
Yes, he does, Michael.
Official said he got it. What I was going to tell you, a few years ago, I was teaching the air class over at Huntsville with the police department, and I had a Nextel phone. All our unit had Nextels. And while I was talking, my phone starts going, dee-dee, dee-dee, dee-dee. Little kid on the front row said, y'all stand back. He's backing up. True story.
Drew Phillips' uniform is gone.
Yes. How many racks of ribs did you have at Sun's
I
Barbecue?
just had a half. I couldn't eat all of them. I got some more on my
No, you had half the ribs you had in the restaurant.
Woo, they were good ribs, too, now.
Indeed. I formation in the backfield. Here's the give to Walls, and the Knights coming defensively strong. He'll get a yard, maybe 2 across the 10 down to the 9-yard line. Ian Albright was initially there to make the stop, but boy, coming flying in over the top, Shannon Thomas laid the boom on somebody.
I got a phone call a while ago from Johnny Hart. He's in Atlanta, Georgia, listening to us on the internet. He wanted to know the website.
The mayor? Former mayor?
Yeah, former mayor Johnny Hart's
Soon
over
to be
there.
governor?
Yeah, I think he's over. He's probably doing a marathon, doing the Atlanta Marathon. He's such a big runner, you know.
I didn't know they had casinos in Atlanta these days.
He said that. I didn't.
Oh, very good friend and a good somebody that represents this community quite well. Mayor Johnny Hart. I'll always call him mayor. I know he's not the mayor.
I think see him in his running suit.
Here's the toss sweep. Phillips on the right side. Phillips looking for a block, and the Knights holding on. And that was funny almost because that time Cody Martin just grabbed the back, and Phillips kept running, and you could just see the feet dig deeper and deeper into this turf.
Rodeo, he was riding on his back, and he made 3 or 4 steps with Cody Martin on his back.
That's the key, though, Chad. 3 or 4 steps, not 3 or 4 yards. Now it's 3rd and long for Boaz at the Arab 7. They can get a first down at the 1. But the Knights defensively need to pull their back right here with 7 minutes to play in the first half and no score, but Boaz threatening on a long drive.
11th. This will be the 12th play of the drive.
You got big Bailey in the middle right there, number 79. Josh Bailey trying to screw up the middle.
Ethan Baker deep to the left side. Would they dare throw a fade route here? Knights are in man coverage. And now a penalty marker goes down, and this is going to be against the Boaz Pirates. The play clock ran out. This will be a delay of game.
Big penalty there. It's only the second penalty of the night, too.
Okay.
And indeed, that is what it is, a delay of game against Boaz. This is a very costly penalty for the Pirates, and Coach Drew Knowles very upset that his quarterback didn't get that play off that time.
You're liking those hand warmers, aren't you, Michael?
They're keeping my legs warm. I've got the Under Armour on, guys, up under my pants. But Cody just pointed out to me that these are summer Under Armours, and it's keeping my legs cold.
You didn't know that?
No. I thought these were the warm things. Oh, well, we got to go by the Russell store on the way to Auburn tomorrow. Maybe I can find me something that will keep me warm next week.
An electric blanket's what you need.
3rd down situation for Boaz. Kim, my gut tells me they may throw it.
That's about the only way they can make any progress.
Well, they got to take a timeout. They got no time left on the play clock again. 6:38 to play in the first half. Still no score. Boaz facing 3rd and 10 from the 12 when we come back on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family. Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. RE/MAX Guntersville is a proud supporter of the Guntersville City Schools academics and athletics. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the year. For all your real estate needs, call on the local professional staff at RE/MAX Guntersville, 256-582-5585.
Communities that have an independent bank located in them do far better economically than those that don't. I think that we have been able to really make a difference.
20 years that I've been here, the most rewarding thing is just to see the impact that we've had in our communities and for our customers.
Steve and Marilyn Murphy invite you to visit Harrelson Drugs. In addition to being your trusted healthcare resource, Harrelson carries a great selection of gifts and collectibles. You'll find aisles of the most popular names and brands suitable for any occasion. They're also your source for customized invitations and printing. You'll always find an all-occasion card to say exactly what you feel. Haraldson's also carries convenience groceries from the shelf and from the cooler. Haraldson Drugs on the corner of Obrig and Patterson in Gunnersville.
Boaz following the timeout, have it third down at the Arabian Night, 11 and a half. Here's the turn, give it to Phillips off the left side, and the Knights smother him in mud back at the 13-yard line. Riley Burrows was there along with Cody Martin again to tag team him and bring him down. Was that not mud wrestling at its best?
It was. He went for about a 3-yard loss now. Look, it's fourth and, from where they were, fourth and about a long 11 right now.
Chad Robertson, you made an interesting point, and I know you've seen it calling Pee Wee games a lot, that sometimes the officials do get in a hurry to keep this game moving, and perhaps Coach Strudels had a legitimate complaint there that they were setting the ball or actually moving the clock before the ball was set,
exactly.
or the chains were set.
Yeah, exactly.
Boaz on fourth down looked like they're going to go for it. I formation in the backfield, out of the I. Here's the fade route, in the end zone, a bump, a caught for a touchdown, but now, boy, the Arabian Night coaches thought it was offensive pass interference. The official says incidental contact, and Boaz is on the board with a touchdown pass in the corner from Dan Gaither, the quarterback, to their wide receiver out there, Andrew Thompson.
Well, he pushed the defender down, but then went up after the ball. He lost his footing. He pushed him down. I don't know if that's incidental or not.
Well, the official was right there on it, and I think it's a fair call because the Knight defender and the offensive man for Boaz, you both have an opportunity to catch the ball, and Boaz is going to, interesting here, will go for two, leading 6-0. They know that every point is valuable. Gaither under center again. Turn, going to throw it again. In the end zone, complete, two-point conversion is good, and that completion is to Colin Langley. So Langley gets a two-point conversion, and Boaz leads 8-0 with 5:47 to play in the first half on the Fun Radio Football Network. Series of events since we last spoke. 5:47 to play in the first half. Boaz on top, 8-0. A dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Arabian Knights. And it looks like we may have had a coach ejected. We're checking into it. Kim Lund is getting the story from down on the sideline. And Kim, you sort of were in the middle of the whole thing.
Yeah, Michael, it looked like he was yelling at the team. Unfortunately, he had some words for the referee. Now, there was no contact. It was simply some chatter, and Coach Long's a very animated guy. So the head ref came over and threw the flag right on the sideline and didn't even give him a chance to discuss it. He just went ahead and tossed him.
He threw. Is the coach ejected? Because isn't he still in that?
No, he's gone. He's walked off the field. He's gone.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
First time I've seen that.
Boy, for what an exciting and nail-biting kind of game this has been so far, it is hard to fathom that they would throw a coach out. And Coach Parker is now giving him a piece of his mind. He wants to take a timeout and talk to the official. Good for him. We'll take it as well. 5:47 to play. A little stoppage in play here. 8-0 Boaz on the Fun Radio Football Network. Okay. Boaz will kick off from the Arab 30-yard line, and the Knights, rightfully so, anticipating an onside kick because Boaz could get great field position if they get the onside kick. Instead, he kicks it out of the end zone. Kim Lund, what was the discussion all about? I know Coach Watt Parker took that timeout to talk to the referee, but also, I think, to calm down the defensive unit that was on the field.
Michael, it did give everybody a chance to catch their breath. However, I did hear the head referee say that he should have not been out on the field, and indeed Coach Long was a good 5-10 yards out on the field when he started his rant. No foul words were thrown, though. He kept it clean.
Well, there was 2 flags thrown, so I can tell he upset 2 people out there.
This is a very, very important ball game to have those kind of calls in.
And defensive coordinator, as good as he is, too, to be off the field.
Boy, and I'll tell you, I'm going to side with the old boy. I may be criticized for it, but I'm going to side with the old boy. 1st and 10. Here's Embry back to pass, going to throw a little out right to Hamilton this time, and it threw it at his knees, incomplete. You know, a play like that, Ronnie, can unravel a game plan just as much as a key player getting hurt or somebody with a major turnover. That is not the kind of scenario you want to happen in a game with the importance, especially in region play like we have here tonight, under the conditions we have on the field tonight.
Exactly. That's a down move for the kids right there because they think so much of the coach.
2nd down and 10 for the Arabian Knights. They're backed up at the 20-yard line. And, boy, these jerseys are beginning to be completely covered in brown mud, and it's getting very difficult to read numbers as we play midway through the 2nd quarter. And now before the play can go off, we've got a penalty marker go down, and I think we may have movement inside here on this. So let's see. Gunnersville is leading 20-0 over Fairview with 8 minutes left to go in the half. We are going to have some scores coming up shortly on the Pizza Hut in-game scoreboard. In the meantime, let's check the Alexander Schofield Ford Dodge Jeep Chrysler scoring recap from that last Boaz touchdown.
Boaz goes 79 yards on 13 plays. The drive was capped off by Gaither on a 12-yard pass to Andrew Thompson. The 2-point conversion, Gaither to Langley, was good. Took 6 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. Boaz is winning 8-0.
And the Knights need to do something here. They got to turn this momentum around. Out of the shotgun, here's Embry going to keep it himself, wants to do something himself, but boy, he gets out there in no man's land. Here come the Pirates, and they'll run him out of bounds. Just shy of the line of scrimmage that time. As that time, a lot of the Pirates came to the neighborhood. Gaither was there along with John Hughes to make the stop. Supporting Arabian Night Football on Fun Radio, CSPC Computer Repair, the #1 on-site computer service on Brindley Mountain, and your only Microsoft certified tech. Check them out online, cspcrepair.com, or give Chad Sanders a call. Chad will take care of business at 256-550-1988. Don't call him before noon. You'll wake him up.
He got to the sideline in a hurry that time, and Jonathan Emery did, but he tried to plant and get upstairs there. He couldn't. There's white jerseys all over him, or muddy jerseys all over him,
All right, 3rd and long for the Knights, 3rd and 13. They got a pass. Here's Embry in trouble, breaks down. Now he's going to throw it out to Hamilton.
Oh.
He threw it high, and Hamilton just got leveled with a back body drop over the top. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm sorry, wrong
That's
sport.
your old Nick Gulish days coming out
Yeah,
there.
and a penalty flag down. I think we may get a hold. Oh, boy.
He never seems to quit amazing me with those catches.
I'll tell you, he is a trickster when it comes to that. Hamilton caught it, and Williams, that linebacker, just popped him. And on 4th down, the Knights will have to punt it around. They picked up the flag, so apparently no foul, no play, no foul. So it's 4th down. Knights will punt it away. Ball is resting at the 21-yard line. It's 4th and 9 with 4:51 to play. Boaz with an 8-0 lead. Here's the snap. Line drive kick by Grant Lake. It'll drive Drew Phillips back. He'll drop it at the 40. Now he'll pick it up, and here comes the cavalry, and they'll pin him at the 42-yard line. Boy, oh, boy. And that was Blake Suttles that led the charge.
Big muddy spot out there. Talking about that, I just talked to the band director. A-Rud's band director said neither team will be on the field. They're both going to perform from the stands. It's just too messy out there.
Smart move.
Just don't want to do that. He said it's going to mess up the field too much for the rest of the night, and dry cleaning those uniforms too expensive.
Kim, I know you're down on it, and you probably can see it firsthand, but from the 40 or the 35, the 30 on the west side all the way to midfield where a lot of this game has been played, it's a pigsty.
Pure mud, pure mud.
1st and 10, Boaz, good field position at their own 44-yard line. 4:36 to play in the first half. They lead 8-0. Here's the turn on 1st down. Here's Gaither wanting to pass, and the Knights will sack him back at the 37-yard line. Riley Burrows finished him off, but the man that led the charge, Cameron Arbuckle, who is having one whale of a game tonight.
They were all over him. He's trying to set up. They don't pass a whole lot. He had a couple of receivers open, but he was unable to set his feet to throw the ball because the defense A-Rub was all over him back there. 2nd and about, 15, 16
Chad
yards.
Arbuckle was money on that play, but the kill shot came from Burrows.
Oh, man. Arbuckle started it up, and here comes Burrows. He comes in. He cleaned his plow.
2nd down, loss of 7. 2nd and 17. Boaz, I formation in the backfield. Let's go back to the tried and true. Here's Drew Phillips looking at left guard, or left end rather. He'll get the 4 yards back, and he'll be knocked down after about a yard gain. And he lowers that head and just keeps those feet moving.
He's able to keep his feet under him a little better than the other guys. They're back up to where the original line of scrimmage was now, or maybe it's 3rd and 9. He got an extra yards of it. We got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the half. Boaz still leads 8-0.
Look at these skid marks on the field. I can see that real well with my glasses from Dr. Michael Freeman and Associates, located at Main Street, the corner of 12th and Main. I actually sat on my glasses this week, Ronnie, and had to go in this morning. They put them back in shape. I twisted them like a pretzel, and they put them back in shape. They are absolutely perfect.
Well, I know a lot of people say it's where you need your glasses because you look through that side. That was a good one.
I'm not a Democrat. It's 3rd down and 9 for Boaz. Let's see what they do. Tight formation in the eye. They move that back inside as a blocker, and he gets a good block, but Drew Phillips will not get first down yardage. He'll get to midfield, though. And in the mud, Drew Phillips gets to midfield, and it will be 4th down, and Boaz probably looking at a punting situation now, as Cameron Arbuckle again was there to make the stop.
I bet they go for it. He's been getting 4 and 5 yards. It's a long 4 right here.
Well, we're down to 2.5 minutes to play in the half, and figuring the Knights have not been very productive on offense. Boaz will go for it. High formation in the backfield. Let's see if they run that toss sweep this time. On 4th and a long 4, Knights jump offside.
Got it the easy way.
Yep.
And Coach Drew Knowles on the other side threw up his hands as if I knew they'd do it, and they'll get the penalty and they'll get the first down, and the Boaz drive will stay alive. By the way, Dr. Michael Freeman and Associates is your eyeglass center for the very best in custom eyewear and contacts, with a clear view of whatever you want to see, just like we have from the press box. Dr. Michael Freeman and Associates, 12th and Main, Arab, Alabama. Give them a call, set up an appointment. They take most insurance.
Well, you can tell that New Jersey just run out on the field that time for Arab.
You know who it is?
David James is out there.
1st and 10 for the Boaz Pirates at the Knight 45. They give it to Phillips again, and he drops the ball at the 43, but it bounced right back up into his brown uniform. So a gain of maybe 2.5 on the play. Kim, the Knights have maybe are just getting to a point now defensively where they've been on the field too daggum long in this first half.
You're exactly right, Michael. That last drive where Boaz scored, I don't know how much time it took. I know Chad knows, but man, oh man, these guys have been out here for a long time.
We've been 3 and out several times tonight. 90 seconds left in the first half. Boaz trying to add to an 8-0 lead. They give it to Drew Phillips out of the backfield. That's running clock, and he'll get down to the 39, maybe the 38-yard line.
We've got to hold them here because they get the ball after halftime.
Yeah, we got it on the first round. They get it on the second round. Got 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in the first half right now.
Guys,
yes.
The handling of the ball is going to be of utmost importance. I noticed even when Arab had the ball and tried to throw the ball, extremely difficult, not going anywhere, caked with mud, even though they're switching the balls out.
Well, and that's a good point, because not only is it wet, cold, it is caked in mud. Why don't we start throwing bricks? That's what about it is. Here's a reverse going to the right side. There's a one-on-one man, and Knights are going to win that battle, but it will be a first down, as chasing him out of bounds is Andrew Davis, as that reverse that time went to Colin Langley, the young man that caught the 2-point conversion, dragged the chains. That's another Boaz Pirate first down. And let's see if Boaz takes a timeout. Clock will stop because we have a penalty marker down. Nope, excuse me, the clock will stop on first down. And the officials are saying they add 5 seconds to the clock. They want to add 5 seconds to the clock.
How much? Kim, what's he saying?
He wants to add 5 seconds to the clock.
Yes, 5 seconds. They're giving you the hand signal.
Or does he say 4-7 instead of 3-7? Let's see the hand signal.
Did y'all see the block
42?
That was put on Cody Martin, 31?
He adds 5 seconds.
Yeah, number 14 by Boaz.
4-3, I think he's saying. 4-3. Okay, they're going to put 40. Well, it's 42.1 seconds. Close enough. They'll hold it for a half a
second. Coach Knowles was upset because he was flagging it to go, and before they moved the change again, he had a fit. He made them back it up.
So Boaz now, they've set it back to 53 seconds, and now it's at 50 and rolling. Now Boaz back to the line of scrimmage. So Now, Coach Watt Parker says, hey, you put too much time on it. Knights want a timeout. They'll take it. There's confusion on the field. We'll do the same. 44 seconds left in the half. Boaz 8-0 and threatening again on the Fun Radio Football Network.
If you're looking for a rental home or apartment in the Gunnersville area, call on Bonds Real Estate. Visit bondsrealestate.com to search their extensive list of available properties. Bonds Real Estate is another proud supporter of Gunnersville Wildcat basketball.
Congratulations to Buddy Bunch and his staff at Bunch Pharmacy as they were honored as the 2022 Health Mart National Pharmacy of the Year.
Supreme Courts is your ultimate local indoor facility for competition youth sports, training, and recreation activities. Home to Impact Basketball and Volleyball. Give Jonathan Hyde a call at 256-527-1051. As the Electric Board of Gunnersville, we want you to know that we are your partner in the community. And we hope our commitment, character, and integrity shine through every time you meet us as we empower our community to be the best it can be.
As the city of Gunnersville continues to grow and prosper, your Gunnersville Water Board keeps pace. For more information on the Gunnersville Water Board, including fast and easy online bill payment, visit their informative website, gvillewater.com.
Marshall County Gas, a proud sponsor of this community channel broadcast on Horizon Communications. Enjoy the game and make it a point to get out and support your local athletic programs. And remember, gas does it better, naturally.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Five-yard line, and Drew Phillips is intending to make a presence here in this game. Grant Lake pushed him out of bounds, but it stops the clock. That play only took about 4 seconds to run.
It's short field over there. He turned him upside down. They're trying to see where they're going to plant the ball. They're looking at where he ran out right there. There's a flag.
There's a flag for holding. I believe it's offensive holding, guys.
Indeed it is, and that must have been at your feet, Kim, because we couldn't see it from the box.
Yes.
So this time, Boaz penalized 10 yards for holding, and check me if I'm wrong, that's only their first penalty of the night.
It is. Third of the game.
I started to say there's not that many.
So it moves the ball back to the 38-yard line with only 38 seconds remaining in the half. Boaz leading 8-0. Knights on defense they've been on defense all but about 3 plays of this entire second quarter. I don't think they've had but one offensive possession in the second quarter. Here's the option play, the crazy option out to Drew Phillips. The Knights have seen it on film, and they'll bury him for a 4-yard loss. Don't ask me who made the tackle. I think it was Riley Burrows as he turns around because you couldn't see it from behind.
Timeout Boaz.
8-0 Boaz, 26 seconds to play first half on the Fun Radio Football Network. Pirates back at the 42-yard line with 26 seconds to play. Here's a handoff to Phillips. Phillips trying to run the sideline, and he is going to be chased down from behind. You don't see that often, but Seth Black took care of business.
Seth come up, picked up, put it in passing gear, and caught him. They're going to call timeout again, Michael.
Indeed, the Boaz Pirates will take their final timeout of the half with 14 seconds to play. They lead 8-0. They'll have it third and a long way to go when we come back on the Fun Radio Football Network. For Boaz, 3rd and 20. Drew Phillips is a wide out to the right side, and Chris Mann is on him. He's in the pass lane. He gets the pass, and now it'll be his legs that'll do the rest. But he will be slammed down at the 29-yard line by the outstanding freshman Chris Mann, who played his position perfectly, and that ends the first half. An 8-0 deficit. The Arabian Knights going into the locker room. Let's go down to the field. Kim Lund is going to get with Coach Watt Parker.
All right, guys, thanks. Trying to do a quick catch up here. Coach Parker. Of course, we expected sloppy field conditions this evening. We've just had way too much rain. Defense has been on the field a long time. Had a couple of good sustained drives by Boaz. Tell me your plans at halftime to try and get back ball control, try to get that offense out there a little bit more.
Well, I mean, we just got to generate some first downs. You know, we had a couple first downs. We did some things right. You know, we're slip sliding all over the place. They are too. You know, they had a good job. They've kept field position. They broke one long on us, and we had one long pass on them. You know, we just didn't capitalize on that drive. We just got to start capitalizing on our drives and make sure we just be consistent with taking care of the football.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Guys, back to you up in the booth.
Halftime score tonight, the Boaz Pirates lead the Arabian Knights.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Hello, this is Maury Yancey, President of the Lake Gunnersville Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce staff, board, and membership proudly cheer the Wildcats on to victory. When you shop local, you are supporting the future of our young people. The Lake Gunnersville Chamber of Commerce, cheering on the Wildcats.
We know you're looking for a reliable vehicle.
Heading to work? Headed to play. Taking the grandkids to the beach.
Every vehicle comes with a warranty for the length of the contract.
And you get a Carfax with every purchase.
We make everything easy, from the application, the approval, or to the payments.
We're not your ordinary buy here, pay here dealer.
Established in 1946, Kirkpatrick Concrete has a tradition of top quality products and service. They now have 11 North Alabama locations to meet this area's demand for quality ready-mix concrete. For your next project, your friends at Kirkpatrick Concrete are just down the road. First Baptist Church of Gunnersville is another proud supporter of Gunnersville High School. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the seasons.
We have banks and competitors in various markets that we're in that don't have a banker that's a lender in that market. Somebody comes zooming in from another city to handle that. They're raising money for loans that they're going to make in another city, and we just don't see our role as a community bank to be that kind of bank.
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank. www.pibonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 466340.
Twilight Monument in Boaz is your hometown dealer, and they'll be there for you when you need them, just as they've done for hundreds of families over the past 37 years. You can depend on Jerry and Maxine Battles at Twilight Monument Company.
With gas prices and inflation at an all-time high, Alexander Ford understands it's tough out there. We do not want to be just some dealership, we want to be your dealership. For all your sales, parts, and service needs, we believe we can save you money. We have new inventory on the way, a fully stocked parts department, and an award-winning service department.
Alexander Ford has been family owned and operated for over 50 years in Boaz. We want to be a part of your family.
Visit Boaz Discount Drugs and Johnson Hallmark in their new location just up the street on the corner of Highway 168 and Elizabeth Street in Boaz. Same helpful, friendly service with personal attention to each prescription. Boaz Discount Drugs is your prescription compounding specialist with custom medications to fit your needs. And Johnson's Hallmark is your source for all occasion cards and gift items. Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of our community and our local schools, academics, and athletics. Best of luck to all our local teams throughout the season. Our mission at Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is to provide the most reliable electrical service at the lowest possible rate. We strive to achieve our mission with quality and reliable service and a commitment to our consumer needs. We want to be a beacon in each community that we serve.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Arab, and tonight, indeed, it has lived up to its name, not because it's a difficult place to play tackle to tackle, but because it's a difficult place to play sideline to sideline with all this mud out here. And I was saying at halftime, Ronnie, no way is this field going to come back. This one's shot for the season.
Oh, no, we've got one more home game, the last game of the season, and this is done. They're just going to have to do a lot of resodding sometime before this time next year, before August of next year. It is a virtual mess out there.
And, Chad, when you look at it, it probably could be rolled out, but the fact of the matter is temperatures tomorrow night are going to dive into the 30s, and on Sunday night, they're saying below freezing. So this field, if it stays moist, unless we get a lot of sunshine tomorrow and Sunday during the day, it's going to be in rough shape come Monday morning as well.
Giving a good chance for a frost, so maybe a little ice on the field and make that mud even harder to even get the grass. The grass is not going to come back, but you might roll it back out.
I don't know how you get a roller out there. I'd hate to try to pull a roller. I saw what Parker was doing with a paint machine.
And speaking of rolling and painting and all that good stuff, tonight the Arabian Knights need to start rolling on offense, Kim, but to start the second half, they got to give Boaz the ball back.
Not exactly how you want to start by giving the team that's ahead the ball back. Nonetheless, the Knights are hopefully much improved this second half, had a good chat with the coaches, and everything will work out to Arab's advantage.
Knights to kick off to start the second half of action. Joyner will do the duty.
Drew Phillips is back deep again.
Really? He'll kick it on the ground. It'll slide over to an up man at about the 24-yard line. And coming forward, he'll run into his own man. And nailed is Sam Walls across the way on special teams that time by Michael Moffitt. And we haven't seen Michael carry the ball tonight at fullback, but he is turning into quite a football player. And that's how the second half begins. I want to remind you that the Arab High School FFA is conducting their 2009 fruit sale. All sorts of citrus, Hamlin, juice oranges, navel oranges, peak grapefruit, tangelos, red delicious apples. I'm getting hungry. I want a fruit salad right now. And these are really fresh and good fruit. I've bought them for many years from these folks.
I have too. Just talked to Mr. Ice and Mr. Butler. They said they're going to be out of town next week for the national convention. Go ahead and call the FFA office and leave a message on the answering machine unless you get contacted by a kid.
We can give you more information at Fun 92.7 Radio. On first down, they give it to Drew Phillips out of the backfield, and he'll go at middle guard for about a yard, and that's all, as the Arab defense very stingily there to make the stop. And leading the charge for the Arabian Knights, Clay Cranford, the middle guard, who's now going to come to the sideline. He may have gotten some mud or something in his eye. He's acting like he may have an equipment problem as he comes to the side. Yeah, he's got something in his eye, indeed.
Mr. James checked in. David.
Second down and 9, 11 minutes and 23 seconds to play in the third quarter. We've just started the second half, and on second down, Drew Phillips will get his second carry, and this time he'll get the edge. He'll get the edge. He's at the 50, he's at the 40, and he'll go down in Arab territory at the 38-yard line. But Kim Lund, a lot of yelling and screaming, a little block at midfield, looked a little testy out there.
Guys, the pursuit to the ball is not as good as it should be right now. I'm hoping the defense for the Arab Knights can pick up on their angles just a tad.
Well, there was an angle that got picked up right there, but everybody saw it but the official. He had to run over him. He had a block in the back at everybody but the official. So
your Fun Football Weekend continues tomorrow on Fun 92.7 Radio. We'll have the replay of the Crossville-Brindley Mountain game at 2 o'clock, followed by the pregame and the game of Alabama-South Carolina, homecoming at the Capstone, all on Fun Radio. Here's Drew Phillips out of the backfield again at right tackle, and this time gang tackling for the Arabian Knights. David James was in on that stop for the Knights, but at the bottom of the stack, Grant Lake, the leading tackler on the year, the outstanding sophomore, and Cody Martin, who has really come on strong out of that safety position this year for the Arabian Knights.
Now the game over at Brindley Mountain may still be going on tomorrow. It's still 0-0. They may not nobody ever scored in Smith.
Second down and 7. Boaz already in Arab territory, just shy of the 35-yard line. We're 10.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. On the handoff, left side, Phillips, big hole off the left tackle. And Phillips is just on the run. Ball is on the ground. Knights are going after it. Big pile up. Knights say they have it. Boaz says they have it, and there's a scrum underneath. There's some clawing and fighting going on, you can be assured. The officials say Boaz retains possession. First fumble on the Knights, surprisingly enough, for either team, despite the horrid conditions.
I couldn't see the ball. It was so muddy down there. I knew everybody hollered, but I couldn't tell where it was.
I saw Andrew Davis going for the rip, and he evidently got it.
We've got a big listening audience out there, especially on the World Wide Web. A bunch of folks listening all over the world. We appreciate you listening to Arabian Night Football and ask you to drop us a line at fun927.com. Just send it to funhouse at fun927.com. We'd love to mention you on this broadcast. On a first down situation, here's Phillips at left end, twisting and turning down to the 20. Ball's on the ground again. That's the second play in a row. Drew Phillips has lost the handle. The Arabian Knights say they've got it, and the Arabian Knights will get it. Second time charm for the men in blue.
He got hit. He turned his back. The defender's helmet hit under his arm, and the ball pooched out there, and there was way too many blue jerseys to lose that little wrestling match.
So the first turnover of the ball game goes in the direction of the men in blue, and the Arabian Knights will get their possession at their own 20-yard line, halting another Boaz drive that ate up the clock and was all Drew Phillips. I think we can count on one hand the number of plays tonight offensively for the Pirates that have not gone to the young man, the outstanding senior running back, Drew Phillips. Knights now take over. 9:45 to play in the third quarter. They trail by 8 and need to do something. And here comes the other number one. This is Embry, and he'll get 9 yards at middle guard. Nothing fancy. Catch the ball, run up the middle. And perhaps Kim Lund have the Knights detected the kink in the defense for the Boaz Pirates.
Let's certainly hope so, Michael. It looks like a nice hole provided there by the offensive line of Arab's offense.
That's our biggest run so far from the line of scrimmage.
Big old hole.
Second down and a yard. Knights out of the shotgun, or out of the pistol rather. Now we'll shift back into the I formation. 8-0. Boaz leads, and they had possession of the ball for over 10 minutes of the second half offensively. Out of the I slot to the left side. Knights moving left to right as you listen in the third quarter. And first down yardage up the middle for Blake Suttles. Drag the chains. That's good for an Arabian Nights wireless expression. 1st and 10. Wireless expression is your AT&T wholesaler, dealer, authorizer here in the Arab community. Located next to O'Charlie's in Guntersville and next to Dairy Queen in Arab. They must like to be next to someplace where you can get a quick bite.
Yep, Dairy Queen's a great place to go to also.
AT&T and AT&T and wireless expression, your world delivered. On the first down play, they run Embry again, this time at left guard, and not much running room. And he'll get about 3 yards, where Corey Burhorn made the stop, one of the outstanding linebackers for the Boaz Pirates. Second down and 8. Knights out of the gun. This time, straight. This is just Embry, and it's just Embry at right guard for no gain. As that time they were churning up the mud, and we got a penalty marker down there. I see an official waving a marker, and let's stop play for a moment. I think he may have thrown the marker, holding against the Arabian Knights. Oh my goodness. So the Knights, shooting themselves in the foot, will now be faced with long yardage situation in this situation, and that is not good. Cheering on the Arabian Knights team tonight is your team at Northgate Chevron, where you can fill up on quality Chevron gasoline with Techron for lower emissions, higher performance, and a cleaner engine, plus whatever needs you want, they've got. The friendly folks at Northgate Chevron. Outstanding community citizens, outstanding community business. Northgate Chevron, Northgate Drive, and Brindley Mountain Parkway. Third down as Boaz declines the penalty. 3rd and 8 for the Knights. Let's see if they elect to throw the football. 7:50 to play in the third. Boaz leading 8-0. Here's the snap. Embry is going to run it on the delay. He's got a hole off left guard. Embry's into the clear across the 45, and he's finally caught up with at the 49-yard line. Drag those chains. That's another Wireless Expressions AT&T Arabian Night first down. Give Colin Langley credit for saving a touchdown.
That's what I was going to say. Only one man to beat, and he was able to stop him. Langley got over there and came back and got Embry by the legs, or he was going to run it to the house.
1st and 10. Big gain for Embry. Again, the biggest gains on runs tonight for the Arabian Knights have been via the quarterback, Embry, just taking the snap out of the gun and running it. Boaz showing that 4-man front, but they're sneaking up 4 linebackers. Here's the play. Again, same play. This time he follows Suttles. He's into Boaz territory to the 47-yard line for a gain of 6. And Kim Lund, all of a sudden, the Arabian Night offensive line for the first time tonight, starting to take the advantage away from the Boaz defense.
Yes, and let's give credit to the coaching staff of the Arab Knights for perhaps making some nice adjustments at halftime.
Well, we'll take 6 yards every play. That's nothing to worry about right there.
Caleb Williams on the stop for Boaz. Here's Embry again. This time he has no hole at right guard. He'll get what he can, maybe a yard, as Rollins, the defensive end, 6'1", 181 senior Josh Rollins, blew it up before Embry could get going.
I see a couple of white jerseys in there for Boaz right now. You can tell they put some new people in.
3, let's call it 3rd and 3, better part of 3.
Got Michael Moffitt at fullback.
It looks like that the Knights may be employing 2 fullbacks, and indeed that's what they're doing with Blake Suttles and Moffitt, primarily for blocking on 3rd and 3. Let's see if the Knights can convert on 3rd down. Out of the eye. Here's the quarterback, Embry. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Zach Parrish, another one of those linemen, interior linemen for the Boaz Pirates that time, making the stop, 6'212" junior. And Kim Lund and the Knights right now have got a decision to make, and they may indeed go for this.
Michael, I'm not sure. I'd hate to be the one to make the call here. I mean, it is about midfield, but you hate to see Drew Phillips get started on the 50-yard line.
You know, one thing about it, Chad, that's one thing Boaz, and it looks like the Knights will go for it. Out of the pistol, here's Embry, unless they try to pull Boaz offside. They shift, Boaz doesn't move. They go into the eye. Let's see if they do run a play. Unbalanced to the right side. They look to be going for it. 5:26 in the third. Here's Embry going to keep it. He's got the first down. And more down to the 40-yard line. A spinning move by Jonathan Embry. John Hughes finally made the stop for Boaz, but give it all to Embry on effort that time, Chad, as he was right through that hole in a heartbeat.
He got hit right at the sticks, and he twisted and turned, and he got another 2 or 3 yards. First down and 10 on about the 41.
I thought that was a flag. That's just a white rag come on somebody's jersey out there, pants.
That's another Wireless Expressions AT&T 1st and 10 for the Arabian Knights. Slot to the left side. We got a counter back on that side as well. They're in the pistol with Embry looking to the sideline. Down inside of 5 minutes in the third. Knights trail 8-0, but are moving the football. This is Spurlock tiptoeing, and not getting good because he broke containment. He's at the 30. Spurlock down to the 20, and he is finally belted at the 20-yard line by the safety Gaither. oh boy, did Jonathan Spurlock perhaps just figure how to play this field.
I don't know what happened. I thought they had him. He stopped, looked like he was going down. All of a sudden, his feet got back under him, and he was off to the races.
Kim Lund, it looked like his feet were pistons in a car engine that time.
Absolutely. He just kept driving those legs, guys. Made one of the players miss a tackle, and off he went.
Knights with their deepest penetration in the second half. They got down in Boaz territory at the 10 in the first half and then shot themselves in the foot, couldn't convert. And Boaz turned around and turned into a lengthy drive. Here's Rich Davis at right guard, bounces it outside at end, goes inside the 15 to the 14-yard line where the All-American Chase Williams, the linebacker who's headed to Jacksonville State, 5'10 and a half, 190 senior, made the stop.
That was a big, big play by a freshman running back right there. He got off the outside, saw a little hole, and dotted inside there. They're in a little better field position.
Second and short, Knights running without a huddle. Give it to Rich Davis, again, still on his feet, and Rich trips up at the 5. He was very, very close to breaking it.
Late flag.
I don't know if it's what it was. I didn't see any blue jerseys around where he threw the flag.
The umpire threw the flag, and let's see, that's normally holding when you see that flag. Let's see the call from the official, and indeed that is what it is. A block in the back against the Arabian Knights, perhaps holding. Maybe that's the way he gives the hold signal. But it will be a penalty of 10 yards for the Arabian Knights, and the official marks the ball back to the 15-yard line. So the hold came late in the run.
Yeah, I thought he was already on the ground when they flew the flag. The only person I saw with the blue jersey was Davis on the ground.
Second down now for the Arabian Knights. They had it second and about 2.5. Now it's second and a full 4. Supporting Arabian Night football on Fun Radio is Joe's Car Wash. They may have to wash the uniforms at Joe's tomorrow. Yeah. Brindley Mountain Parkway, Sundown Drive across from McDonald. Hand wash, full detailed inside and out. Let's hope tomorrow's a pretty day to get your car washed at Joe's Car Wash. Here's Spurlock, stutter stepping inside at tackle, and he'll drop down to about the 12-yard line. And Kim, he's going to be very close to a first down there.
Michael, you probably got a better angle on it than I do. He looks just a tad short from where I'm standing. But again, you've got the upper hand being up there a little bit higher.
Burhorn will make the stop, and the officials are going to call for the chains, and they will measure the gain. Finishing up, our friend Joe at Joe's Car Wash. Hand wash, full detailed inside and out, plus a mobile unit and pickup for delivery. Joe's Car Wash, 256-506-3629. Give them a call, check out their hours, and check out more details on a really good hand-washed car wash. Boy, those are hard to come by anymore.
Yeah, and if it ever clears up, I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot of cars in front of that place over there.
They're stretching the chains. Kim, what does it look like to you?
Short by about a foot.
Well,
you're exactly right, Ronnie. About a foot and a half.
Good. Shut up, Chad. Got ESP.
Kim was wiping off her glasses from Dr. Michael Freeman and Associates to get a good view of that. She may have gotten a little mud stain on there because of all that. I'll tell you, you look at the shoes of these football players, they look like the hoofs on thoroughbreds after they've run in the mud.
They're a mess down there.
3rd and inches for the Knights. I formation in the backfield, and the Embry will just lean over right guard. Went right over the center that time, and right guard across the backside of Cody Eldridge, and I think that may have been Blake Beam on that side.
Right-hand side, yeah.
And it's an Arabian Night Wireless Expressions AT&T first down. Hughes on the stop for Boaz.
This is the 13th play of the drive, a little over 6 minutes on this drive.
This is what the Knights have needed. Indeed, Ronnie, you took the words right out of my mouth. 3:10 to play in the third. Knights trying to tie this one up. They trail 8-0, and now a penalty marker goes down as the Knights went to shift, and let's check this out. Tonight's Arabian Night broadcast on Fun Radio is brought to you by Space Age Quick Lube, your complete car service stop. For engine repairs, new tires, whatever your car needs, they've got it at Space Age Quick Lube, North Brindley Mountain Parkway at Eddie Scant City Road. Guys, I saw that one. Procedure against the Arabian Knights.
He got down in his position, then moved. He got down in stance, then picked up move.
Knights get close to the goal line for some reason tonight and then just decide to unravel. 1st and 15, and I see the stakes, and from where the stakes are, I think it's 1st and goal, but the stakes are saying, no, it may be an inch away from the goal line, and another penalty flag, and that time the play clock ran out.
Yep, you're right. I don't know what they're hollering about.
This has been a quick clock tonight, all night long, and I mean it's just the way this crew calls it, and that's just the way it is.
If I'm not mistaken, he only had 20 seconds on it when he blew it in. I think he only had 20 seconds on it.
Well, the 25-second clock. Here's the official coming over.
That's what he's saying.
They're waving it off. They're saying the clock did not reset properly.
It had 20 seconds when he blew the whistle in.
What did that mean?
I get attaboy.
No, that means to resume the play clock.
Can't see that on radio.
Now start the play clock when he brings it down. And now wind the big clock. All right, that's how they do it. It's all hand signals, guys. Knights first down, let's say 15 with 15 yards to go. And here is, whoa, Embry in the middle, and at the very end of that run of about 3 yards, he got nailed. And I mean nailed by a Boaz defender, and that was Blake Truitt, who really came pounding in there, the 6', 169-pound junior.
That was a big, big hit right there.
And he gained only 2 yards on the play. Clock continues to run in the third. Knights continue to trail in the third. 2:14 to play. Knights behind 8-0 to the Boaz Pirates. Here's the snap. Give to Ridge Davis off the left side. He's got a hole. Ridge Davis looks for the end zone. Very close but shy. He will be inches away, Kim Lund. I think he is just a foot and a half maybe away if that.
How close, Kim?
Michael, if they don't move the ball, they've got it spotted right now at about 6 inches. They are moving it back just a tad. I'd say a foot.
Chase Williams, the linebacker, saved the touchdown, but hopefully just momentarily, as the Knights are facing third down and inches. They bunch it up. Here's Embry trying to move it in. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Arabian Knights.
Yes, sir. Straight quarterback sneak right there, and right over the big Blake beam on the right-hand side, and they score the touchdown.
So the Knights, with 91 seconds to play in the third, have climbed back into this ball game 8-6, and without a doubt, the Knights are going to have to go for a 2-point play, and let's see what they elect to do.
Well, Ridge Davis has been doing a good job running that ball. I don't know if it wouldn't go with him. They're going to put Spurlock back in.
Spurlock in, and don't be surprised if they maybe do a little play action on this time. Knights may need to take a timeout here, and do. So with a minute 31 to play in the third, an 8-6 ball game, Boaz leads. 2-point conversion attempt for the Knights coming up on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for Bullfrog Spas and Swim Spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050. Shane Vandegrift and the Lake Guntersville Real Estate Team are proud supporters of the Guntersville City Schools and Wildcat Athletics. They encourage you to get out and support your local sports. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, the best call you can make is Lake Guntersville Real Estate at 256-582-0112. Visit their informative website, shanev.com. They're your source for real estate in the Lake Guntersville area. They'll support you through the entire process, just like they support the Wildcat.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer.
There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Guntersville.
You walk in the door, it's a hometown atmosphere, just a great place to purchase a vehicle.
We're going to do what we say we're going to do.
I've been a customer for over 8 years and I love it.
The customer can relax and feel like that there's no pressure.
We've had a very good experience.
I will come back here to buy whatever cars that we are going to buy in the future.
We don't try to steer you in a different direction.
For us, we don't need to go anywhere else.
We want everyone that walk in to feel like they're at home, that they're part of our family. Because at Sand Mountain Toyota, we are more than a dealership.
First Baptist Church of Guntersville is another proud supporter of Guntersville High School. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the seasons.
Game living up to its billing. The Arabian Knights have just scored with 91 seconds to play in the third quarter. They are going for a two-point conversion, and believe it or not, that timeout was taken, Ronnie, by the Boaz Pirates defensively. Not a bad move for Coach Drew Knowles to get his defense prepared, because the Knights were, I'm sure, going to come with something unique on that one.
Well, they've got a lot of different plays they can come with right now, and like you said, the play action is not out of the question here for the tight end.
Two-point conversion coming for the Arabian Knights. They bunched the left side. Now they move them over, tight end, and then unbalance to the right. Let's see if they go to the tight end. This is a trick play. Ball moved. Ball actually just sort of maybe stuck in the mud. Let's see what the penalty is all about. That was ugly, whatever it was. Procedure against the Knights. They moved before they were supposed to. It'll cost them 5, so now the two-point conversion comes from the 7.
I don't know. Everybody moved. About 8 of the ball players moved. Everybody else stayed still. I don't know if the ball ever moved or not.
I'm not sure if that wasn't designed from one of those guard plays where you pick the ball up and the guard takes it from the center and sneaks over.
Well, like you talk about, the ball never moved. It might have been stuck in the mud right there. It makes it a whole different play right here now.
Well, let's look on the positive side. The Knights with more room to operate on a two-point conversion. 7 yards behind the goal line. Can they convert on 2? Snap to Embry, wants to throw it. Into the end zone he goes, and it is intercepted by Boaz in the end zone, and that will negate the two-point conversion. And I'll tell you, Jonathan Hughes made a nice play on that football to keep the game in Boaz's favor. 91 seconds to play in the third. New score, Boaz 8, Arab 6 on the Fun Radio Football Network. Knights preparing to kick off, and they dribble the ball down the field, and it will die in the mud. Picked up by a clean jersey back at the 25-yard line, and running hard on the outside, and this is going to be a long kickoff return for the Boaz Pirates. It could go the distance, and it looks like it will go the distance, and indeed it does go the distance for Max Jeter.
I believe Drew Phillips has got number 19's jersey.
Do you think he switched numbers?
That's what Archie just said.
All right, but then give it to Drew Phillips, now wearing number 19. Now, don't they have to identify that to both coaches before that occurs? Just a question.
He called him out. Archie up here said it was Phillips. We hadn't got confirmation. I thought they were supposed to let us know.
Well,
he moved like Phillips.
Yeah, he did. He ran like Phillips, but he picked it up, and he was on the corner over there. And I'm almost 100% positive you guys are right. Is he wearing 19 or 18? It's hard to see. He's walking like Phillips.
That's number 19.
Well, if he walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it must be Drew Phillips. Here's the throw into the end zone, knocked away. So the two-point conversion fails, and the new score now is Boaz 14, Arab 6 on a 67-yard kickoff return for Drew Phillips in a brand new number. This is the Arabian Knights Football Network.
Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of our community and our local schools, academics, and athletics. Best of luck to all our local teams throughout the season. Our mission at Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is to provide the most reliable electrical service at the lowest possible rate. We strive to achieve our mission with quality and reliable service and a commitment to our consumer needs. We want to be a beacon in each community that we serve.
So the Arabian Knights draw close, and then the kickoff, on the ensuing kickoff, the Boaz Pirates take it 67, miss the two-point conversion, and we're back to where we started at 14-6. Short punt, or kickoff rather, is taken in the mud by Spurlock. He'll make a good return out of it, about 16 yards, all the way up to the 38-yard line, and that's where the Arabian Knights offensively will put the ball in play with 63 seconds to play in the third quarter. Let's catch the Alexander Schofield scoring recaps from Chad Robertson.
Arab goes 80 yards on 16 plays with Embry's 1-yard sneak. The two-point conversion was no good. It took 8 minutes and 17 seconds off the clock. Credit to points after turnover after a Boaz fumble. 8-6 Boaz. Boaz takes ensuing kickoff 67 yards by Drew Phillips. Two-point conversion was no good. 14-6 Boaz.
1st and 10 for the Arabian Knights, now dressed in brown with blue helmets.
We've had a lot of PATs this year, points after turnovers.
Here's the turn by Embry. Embry lost his footing again at left guard, and they are again, it seems like the Knights, when they start the offensive possessions in this second half, Kim, seem to be right in that mud hole between the 30 and the 45.
Which is the worst place you want to be right now, because that's the soggiest, wettest, most messed up part of the field. If they can get around that area, they got a little bit better chance. Down by the goal lines, the footing is a little bit better.
Between the 10 and 45 on each side, there's no grass.
Second down and 9 for the Knights. They go into the shotgun, out of the pistol rather. Here's Embry, fake on play action, wants to pass. Here comes pressure, and he's going to be nailed all the way back at the 26-yard line. That time, for the first time tonight, the Boaz defense stunted and came with their defensive end, Josh Rollins, who sacks Embry for a long, long loss.
We had a couple of people open. I wish Embry had dropped the ball off that time. That would have been a good time to throw it out the sideline.
That is the end of the third quarter with the score, the Boaz Pirates 14, the Arabian Knights 6 on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Shane Vandegrift and the Lake Gunnersville Real Estate Team are proud supporters of the Gunnersville City Schools and Wildcat Athletics. They encourage you to get out and support your local sports. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, the best call you can make is Lake Gunnersville Real Estate at 256-582-0112. Visit their informative website, shanev.com. They're your source for real estate in the Lake Gunnersville area. They'll support you through the entire process, just like they support the Wildcat.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer.
There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
You walk in the door, it's a hometown atmosphere, just a great place to purchase a vehicle.
We're going to do what we say we're going to do.
I've been a customer for over 8 years and I love it.
The customer can relax and feel like that there's no pressure.
We've had a very good experience.
I will come back here to buy whatever cars that we are going to buy in the future.
We don't try to steer you in a different direction.
For us, we don't need to go anywhere else.
We want everyone that walk in to feel like they're at home, that they're part of our family. Because at Sand Mountain Toyota, we are more than a dealership.
Third down for the Arabian Knights and 23. They got to do something. Embry wants to throw long. Has a man streaking down the sideline, and it was broken up, incomplete, and almost intercepted. That time, Embry lost footing off of his back foot when he threw the ball and threw into triple coverage.
He had a man open there. If he could have released a little earlier, it would have been a completed pass, but he put his foot down and slid backwards.
That was Andrew Davis streaking down the sideline, so it is fourth down, and the Knights will have to dangerously handle a punting situation as Grant Lake will be the punter. He'll step back at his own 12-yard line, hopefully in good footing, and get this one away.
Look how muddy his foot is, though.
Waits the snap. Good snap. Line drive kick. Drew Phillips at the 47. He's going to move to the right side, run into an Arabian Knight, and for the second time tonight, Cody Martin was the buster downfield.
The beast.
The beast popped him and nailed him after only a 1-yard return.
You know, that young man right there, Phillips, is very seldom as he stopped by one man in open field.
Well, Cody Martin has done it not once but twice tonight. So now for the defense, it is key for the Arabian Knights to make a stop. 11:42 remain in this football game. It is a 14-6 ball game. The Boaz Pirates are leading the Arabian Knights. Boaz with a wide out to the left side over there in Nelson, and he has got man coverage. Give it to Phillips out of the backfield, and the Knights defense perhaps showing a little fatigue here as Phillips goes at right guard and gains about 5 yards. And Kim Lund, the Knights that time just got blown off the football.
Michael, not only are they a little bit fatigued, I believe there's some frustration. I noticed, especially when the offense came off the field, there was some frustration. Jonathan Embry having a tough time getting his footing. They're each carrying about 2 extra pounds on each foot. Everybody's clotted up with mud.
That's a very good point. Extra weight from muddy and wet uniforms. Second down, long 5 for the Pirates. They're operating at the A-Rep 47. Drew Phillips going to get it on the left side. He's on his second jersey number of the night, wearing number 19, and he'll get to the 45-yard line where Cody Martin again was there to make the stop. Good thing is, Chad, Cody Martin's having a great game. Bad thing is he's our free safety.
Exactly. When free safety's making your tackles, you know you're getting yardage on your offense player.
And Drew Phillips is still getting the ball every play. And, you know, everybody talked about you got to put 4 people on him to shut him down. He hadn't had an outstanding game, but he's had a steady game. He's been consistently getting 3, 4, 5 yards.
Third down for the Pirates, conversion down for them. 10:27 to play in the game. They lead 14-6. Let's see if they can keep this drive alive. Here's motion coming with Langley. Quarterback turns, Gaither gives it to Phillips. We miss a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Penalty marker down, penalty play, and now Phillips will get first down yardage at the 38. Ian Albright will nail him, but this one's coming back. One of the sponsors of Arabian Night Football this year on Fun 92.7 is our friends at Ross Originals and Sports Outfitters. And after tonight's game, the Arabian Knights and the Boaz Pirates will probably need new team uniforms. And if that's the case, what a great place to get them. For your team, no matter what team it is, basketball, football, baseball, they do it all at Ross Originals and Sports Outfitters, official outfitters of Fun 92.7 Radio. Alan and Patsy Ross supporting high school football throughout the state with the best in athletic wear from Under Armour, Russell Athletic, Wilson, and the rest. For team uniforms or your own favorite team gear, it's Ross Originals and Sports Outfitters in Guntersville. I bet they got some of those warm Under Armour long johns for me.
Yep.
Maybe I have to check that out at 256-582-1650.
I feel sorry for the person who's got to wash these uniforms.
1615, I said. I'm sorry. 1615. 582-1650. Third down after a 5-yard penalty for Boaz, so that negates that first down run by Phillips. Toss sweep, left side, short side, going to Phillips again. Leaps a man. He's good at that, and he'll get to the 45-yard line. And maybe run out of bounds. They'll see, they'll keep the clock running. As that time, Cody Martin, 20, made the stop, along with Shannon Thomas. So it's fourth down for Boaz.
We may have not said this. I don't know if you have or not. If people listening, Phillips, he's a senior this year. He has given a verbal commitment to Brigham Young University. He's going to be going out west in the Rockies.
And if you look at the style of running that this young man does, and Chad, you've watched, I know, Brigham Young games for a long time, as have I. The thing about it is he runs with the same kind of style that Brigham Young operates. The question is, can he catch a pass? Because Brigham Young will throw it at least 72 times a game.
Well, we saw him catch one a while ago.
Indeed,
he can do it all.
Fourth down, Boaz to punt the ball away. Here's the snap, here's the punt. Ugly one, will call for a fair catch, and the Knights take it at the 15-yard line as Davis hauls it in. So the Arabian Knights with 85 yards in front of them with 9:05 to play in the game. They trail 14-6 on the Fun Radio Football Network. Go into the shift and into the I formation. Ridge Davis is the tailback. Up man in the I is Blake Suttles. We have not seen Blake run the ball a lot tonight. Ridge is going to get it off the left side. Boaz is there at the line of scrimmage to bail him down. Ball is on the ground. It's on the ground, and it went up in the air and then fell to the ground, and Boaz will get the recovery, I believe.
I thought, did the official not blow him down, blow the ball dead? The ball was in the air.
And Boaz gets the football on the first Arabian Night turnover. Am I correct on that? The first time Arab has turned the ball over tonight. With 8:50 to play in this football game on that turnover on the run by Ridge Davis at the 20-yard line. And Kim Lund, as much as I hate to say it, if Boaz puts another score on the board and it becomes a 3-score game for the Arabian Knights, you can nail this one down.
It pretty much puts it away, Michael.
I thought the official stopped it because his forward progress stopped, but he was still standing up.
It looked like he stopped. I don't know if he was trying to get footing or what.
First and 10, Boaz on the turnover at the Arabian Night 20-yard line. Gaither under center, turns, gives it on to Phillips in the tailback spot. He'll get maybe a half a yard, as that time the Arabian Knights were right there to meet him. As the leading tackler for the Arabian Knights tonight, Ian Albright, made the stop along with Grant Lake. I'll tell you. I'm sorry, go ahead, Kim.
Go ahead, Kim.
Go ahead, Kim.
Thought her microphone might have died.
Somebody down there. Can't hear me? You got me, Kim? All right, she's tuning. While she's tuning, it's 2nd and 10 for Boaz. 8:14, 8:13, clock running. Toss sweep going to Phillips. He'll get a yard. Penalty marker down. This, I think, is going to be holding against Boaz as Cody Martin, 20, made the stop for the Arabian Knights. 2 Cody Martins on this team. Cody Martin, 20. Cody Martin, 31, and that's the best way to identify him.
That's a big 10-yard penalty right there against Boaz. Well, they needed that one.
Kim, if the Arabian Knights defense can tighten up and keep Boaz from scoring and get the ball in, say, the 20 or beyond, it's a different ball game, and the Knights maybe can pull something out of the old bag of tricks to get down the field. But offensively, the Knights just have not
Michael,
been able to.
the thing is when Phillips gets the ball, they are going to have to wrap him up. I've seen him bump several times, and even though the field conditions are such that he could have gone down pretty easy several times just from being knocked away from his position, he's not one of those guys. Like you said, he's going to BYU. He's a big-time player. You have to wrap him up to tackle him.
That's a very good point, Kim. Inside the 8-minute mark, it is a 14-6 Boaz lead with 2nd and 20. They give it to Phillips on the trap play up the middle. He keeps that head down and gets most of that yardage back. He'll be down to the 22-yard line where Shannon Thomas, the 5'10", 181-pound senior, made the stop for the Arabian Knights. Supporting Arabian Night football tonight on Fun Radio, TJ Signs, your complete sign and lettering headquarters, specializing in van and truck lettering. TJ Signs at 256-796-8770.
Phillips move that ball. He can go left, right, go up the middle. He can turn and twist. As we say, he's got more moves than the case of X-Lax out there.
Well, can we say as advertised?
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
He's everything we've heard about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll make a comment about that in a minute. 3rd and 12 for Boaz now. Give it to Phillips off the left side. Trip actually stumbled in the mud and will only get 2 or 3 yards that time. Ian Albright on the stop. You know, looking back at Drew Phillips' career, he gained yardage against the Arabian Knights last year and the year before, but did not do a lot of damage. And, of course, I think he was nicked up last year when we played the Boaz Pirates, when the Arabian Knights played the Boaz Pirates. This year, the young man is healthy, and many times, like Coach Drew Knowles said in the pregame, your junior season for this type of running back would be the stellar season. Not the case for this young man. This is an outstanding example of just a good prime-time 1A football player.
Well, he's consensus all county, all region, all state. We know he's going to do that. He's an outstanding young man from all indications of what I hear about him over in Boaz, too.
And we're going to have a timeout. Boaz is going to take it. We'll take it with him. 6:21 to play in the game. Boaz 14, Arab 6. 4th down situation coming up for the Pirates when we come back on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Family-owned and operated Discount Building Supply in Warrenton is a whole lot more than building supplies and hardware. Stop by and browse their 130,000 square foot home center. You'll find popular smoker grills with supplies and seasonings, family outing and tailgate supplies, Yeti coolers, outdoor and hunting apparel, landscape management supplies, boathouse products, and everything to beautify your outdoor living space. Discount Building Supply and Home Center. 3 generations of the Walker family proudly serving your family. Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. RE/MAX Gunnersville is a proud supporter of the Gunnersville City Schools academics and athletics. Best of luck to the Wildcats throughout the year. For all your real estate needs, call on the local professional staff at RE/MAX Gunnersville, 256-582-5585.
Communities that have an independent bank located in them do far better economically than those that don't. I think that we have been able to really make a difference.
20 years that I've been here, the most rewarding thing is just to see the impact that we've had in our communities and for our customers.
Down and 9 for the Boaz Pirates at the Arabian Night 18-yard line. They will go for it on 4th down. They need inside the 10 for first down yardage. They're going to throw for it into the end zone. They've got a man open for a touchdown. Well, that's the way the big boys do it, and Boaz pads their lead to 20-6.
This wingback was set up over here in the slot. He goes in motion and gets to the line of scrimmage and turns up. Nobody picked him up. He goes into the end zone with not a single defender around him. Blown coverage right there.
So Boaz capitalizes on an Arabian Night miscue, their first turnover of the game. Again, Ronnie, we talk about it every week. Points off a turnover.
Right.
They're either beneficial to you or they really stick it to you, and this one really sticks it to the Arabian Nights.
That puts the nail in the coffin right there. With 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go, they're up 20-6, about to be 21-6 if this goes good.
Emmanuel Argon to a point after. Kim's the call.
The kick is up, and kick is good. Boaz leads 21-6 over the Arab Knights. We've got 6 minutes, 15 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. You're listening to the Fun Radio Football Network.
Approaches the ball, just a three-step kick. He's not going to kick it anywhere close. Hits it on a line drive. It is taken by Michael Moffitt. First time Michael's handled the ball tonight, and does a good job. About a 9-yard return to the 42-yard line. So the Knights will have it 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Let's check the Alexander Schofield scoring recap from Chad.
Boaz goes 25 yards on 6 plays. The drive was capped off by Gaither to Langley on a touchdown pass. The PAT by Argon was good. It took 2 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock. The score is 21-6 Boaz.
So the Pirates, but the Arabian Knights with time on the board. It's a 2-score game for the Knights still. Here's the snap to Embry out of the shotgun, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and nowhere else. Down inside the 6-minute mark.
He stopped when he got to the line of scrimmage right there.
The linebacker, Chase Williams, the All-American, All-State linebacker there to make the stop for Boaz. He's been active in there. I'll tell you, he hasn't made as many tackles as he normally makes. He's been in on a lot, but I'll tell you, he has really disrupted the flow of the Arabian Knights running game tonight.
You know, this is probably the muddiest field I have seen in many, many years.
You know, a very familiar face on the defensive side of the ball across the way for Boaz, and former Arab head coach Randy Hallmark, who I'm sure put this game plan together. Beautiful catch on a toss and pitch. Pass is complete to Andrew Davis on an out route, and that will be an Arabian Night Wireless Expressions AT&T first down at the Boaz 45-yard line. You know, sometimes coaches want to keep it on the ground in the mud, but sometimes it does better when you throw it up in the air and see who can catch it.
He just fought for it. He stepped in front of the defender and caught it. A big, big pass play for Arab.
1st and 10 for the Knights. 5:27 to play in this one. 21-6 Boaz. Here's Embry going to run it left in, and he'll get to the 40-yard line, and he'll be knocked down. And the numbers are so covered. That was Williams that tripped him up that time. And the second hit came out of the backfield, or from the defensive secondary, and Trevor Miller was there to make the stop for the Pirates. But Randy Hallmark on the sideline for Boaz still teaches, believe it or not, at Etowah High School, but has joined the coaching staff of the Boaz Pirates.
Yeah, he made the move up the mountain there after the coaching change.
Inside handoff to Blake Suttles, and he'll get about 5 on 2nd and 5, and he'll be very close to that first down. And Kim, the Arabian Night faithful that made it to the game here tonight have hung in there, but now are making their way to the exits, despite the fact the Knights are making a drive here with 4:46 to play in the fourth.
Let me remind you, it's very cold.
Yep.
And it's the wind has picked up now. If you'll notice the flags, the wind has picked up a little bit.
It's going to get cool. Just got a text, 4 minutes to go in the ball game at Guntersville. Guntersville is still ahead 33-0.
So the Wildcats will win the region tonight. And we've got a timeout on the field. Don't forget a measurement.
Yep.
Let's take a quick timeout here on the Fun Radio Football Network. (21-6) your score. Boaz leads, and the Knights face 3rd and a half a yard, just shy of the Pirate 35-yard line. As they set the chains across the way, it looks like one of those markers across the way may have gotten run into and gotten bent. On the first down play, this is Jonathan Embry on the quarterback sneak. That's good for another Wireless Expressions AT&T Arabian Nights first down. Wireless Expressions now open in Arab on Brindley Mountain Parkway next to Dairy Queen. And they do all the needs and services you need for your wireless connections. Wireless Expressions and AT&T, your world delivered.
First down for Arab. We got 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the ball game.
Here's the snap. Embry looking downfield, just going to toss. It's got a man out there, and he can't catch it. It was in his arms. He came up with it.
Yeah, he did. He bounced up in the air.
It bounced off the defender.
And Andrew Davis makes a whale of a play. He had it in his arms. It was takeaway. And then the Boaz defender lost control of the ball, and Davis took it back. Logan Van had it in his arms for an interception, and then Davis said, my ball. And the Arabian Knights have scored a touchdown. Boaz wants a timeout. We'll take it with them. We're at 21-12 with a 2-point conversion coming for the Knights on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Nathan, I hope
as if they were going to kick a point with Joyner to make it a 21-13 game, but perhaps the timeout Boaz took may have given the Knights an inclination to go for 2, but no, as I say that, Hamilton comes in to hold, and it looks like Joyner will try the extra point conversion.
Yeah, if they go for 2, it's 14. To be 21-14, one score difference.
I'm a bit surprised that the Knights wouldn't elect to go for 2 here. But let's see what turns out. Kim Lund will give us the call. Hamilton to hold, Joyner to attempt the point after.
Okay, we're just waiting on the snap. Snap to Hamilton. Joyner's kick is up. It's slow, but it's good. All right, what we've got here, Boaz leading 21-13 over Arab. We've got 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in this fourth quarter, and you're listening to the Fun Radio Football Network.
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank. www.pibonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 466340.
A 1-score plus 2-point conversion game at this point for the Arabian Knights as we await an onside kick attempt by Joyner, who's being very careful where he lines up the ball. Boaz expecting it also with all 11 men up on the line of scrimmage. I'm not so sure it don't kick it deep and then go get it. This one is not going to go 10 yards, I don't think. It doesn't. It dies before it can go 10 yards. So Boaz will get possession of the football where it ended up being in Arab territory at the 48-yard line. You know, as they lined up the way they did, Chad, I'm not so sure if I wouldn't have tried to kick it over their heads and then gathered in the football further downfield.
Exactly.
Well, you got, a kickoff is a live ball. Go ahead and put that sucker down there and send some of your sprinters down there to try to fight for it because they had everybody up on the line right here.
Well, they had everybody within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage, but the ball
just went 8 yards.
But the Knights, historically, the Knights have never had a lot of opportunities to practice onside kicks or to convert onside kicks. Let's be honest.
The last 2 we did, we got them.
So Boaz now with 4:19 to play in the game. They lead 21-13, and they just give it up the middle to Drew Phillips and let Drew do his number, and he'll get about 3 at middle guard to the 46-yard line. And the Arabian Knights there are going to make the stop, and the stop for Arab that time came from Arbuckle, and the Knights will take their first time out of the second half. So we'll take it with them. It is still a 21-13 game with 4:11 to play in the game on the Fun Radio Football Network. Down for the Boaz Pirates and 7. 4:11 to play. Knights have used one timeout. Turn, give it to Phillips off the left side. We hit him head on. Bingo! And what a big hit that time by Clay Cranford. Boy, oh boy, head to head, didn't use his helmet, and immediately the Knights jump out and yell a timeout. That took 7 seconds off the clock, and Boaz has faced 2nd and 8 again, make this 3rd and 8, and we'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll see what this game falls out to be. 21-13, Boaz leading Arab late on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Twilight Monument in Boaz is your hometown dealer, and they'll be there for you when you need them, just as they've done for hundreds of families over the past 37 years. You can depend on Jerry and Maxine Battles at Twilight Monument Company.
4 minutes and 4 seconds remain. Boaz leads Arab 21-13, facing a 3rd and 8 at the Arab 45-yard line. Knights have one timeout. They can stop the clock one more time on defense. Let's see what the Pirates do. Don't be surprised if you don't see them throw a pass. They've got man coverage in the flat. Here's the quarterback on the stretch play to Phillips, and the Knights are going to get him out of bounds. Nope, they say he stayed in bounds at the 43-yard line. Grant Lake was there to make the stop along with Ian Albright, and the Arabian Knights, 2 underclassmen, were there to stop that play. It's 4th and 5. So, Chad, what do you think we have going on here?
Well, Boaz has got to punt it, I think. Pin them deep. Arabs used all their timeouts, but
and that's what
have
we're going
one
to get.
left. Have
We're
one
going to
left.
get the punt units coming on. We still owe Alexander Schofield a scoring recap. We'll get that in after the Knights take possession. Clock is running. We're down to 3:24. Play clock down to 8 seconds. Knights are looking like they want to come after this one. Return is on. Punt is away. High hanger. Andrew Davis lets it go into the end zone, and the Knights will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 3:09 to play in the game, and this is the drive for the game. Let's get that Alexander Schofield scoring recap from Chad on the last touchdown drive for Arab.
Arab goes 59 yards on 5 plays. Embry's 35-yard down touchdown pass to Andrew Davis on a spectacular catch. Joyner's PAT was good. It took 1 minute and 56 seconds off the clock. The score is 21-13 Boaz.
And the Arabian Knights have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. No time, or they say one timeout remaining. Well,
Arab's got one left.
So they elected to not take that timeout, I guess, or maybe an official timeout after that 3rd down play. Interesting. Here's the snap. Embry back to pass. Looking downfield. Got a man wide open. This is Trey Hamilton at the 30. And he can't get away from the Boaz defender, and he's dragged down at the 33-yard line. Boy, he was wide open on that one.
Everybody in the stand was hollering at him. I mean, that's how wide open he was. I don't know what happened on the coverage there.
I wanted him to stop because I thought he was going to run further than Embry could throw the ball then.
You know, a hook and ladder have been pretty right there.
We hadn't seen that since Jordan Blevins was here.
Blake Suttles in the ball game. He is the protector for Embry on 1st and 10. Another Wireless Expressions AT&T first down. Embry's going to try to run it, and he's going to get twisted up like a pretzel and convoluted at the 36-yard line after the gain of 1. Sam Walls, the defensive end, on the stop. Knights have got to get this ball downfield. They are at their own 31-yard line, faced with 2nd and 8 with 2:35 to play in the game. They trail by 8.
You got to get out of bounds on those calls right there, too.
On 2nd down, here's Embry. There's the snap. Going to give it inside. This is Suttles on an inside run down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Now you've got a 3rd down situation. Kim, people are getting a little antsy on these running plays with little time left.
That plus there doesn't seem to be quite as big a sense of urgency out there on the field. But hey, these guys know what they're doing. These coaches get paid good money to figure all this out.
Burhorn on the stop on that last play for Boaz. They give it again up the middle, and he'll be stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and we're under 2 minutes.
You got timeout now. No, he didn't call it. Yeah, he did.
No, the officials stopped the clock. Let's see what the officials are. The officials actually stopped the clock on that one, Ronnie. And are they going to check the measurement, perhaps? It's close. Are they going to bring the chains? This actually will favor the Arabian Knights. They're going to bring the chains in from across the way.
He's a yard and a half short.
Kim, you're right on that line. I don't know if you can step on that bench to see, but Ronnie says he's short. Ronnie says a yard and a half. Chad says a half, maybe 4 inches.
I think it's short. Maybe we'll catch a break. Nope.
It's a football length.
And it will be 4th down for the Arabian Knights with 1:56 to play. Knights trail 21-13 to the Boaz Pirates. This could be the drive to the playoffs.
Get on the line, guys. You got to be ready. When that whistle blows, you got to snap the ball.
Boy, the Knights are all just bunched up in the middle, and so are the Boaz. This is going to be a rugby scrum right here. Wow, I have never seen this formation before. They are literally elbow to elbow with these guys. Embry under center, sneaks.
Nope.
Nope. Got a groove.
And that last push might have did it, guys.
Well, where the linesman is marking the ball, I think he's going to have an Arabian Night. Wireless Expressions, AT&T first down. They may have to measure again. They've stopped the clock with 1 minute 47 seconds. and they are going to bring the chains from across the way one more time. Supporting Arabian Night Football on Fun Radio, CSPC Computer Repair, your #1 on-site service on Brindley Mountain, and your only Microsoft certified tech. Check them out online, cspcrepair.com. Give Chad Sanders a call at 256-550-1988.
I'm going to say he's got it this time.
Well, I've got my glasses on from Dr. Michael Freeman and Associates. Let's see.
Me too.
Stretch it.
Yep.
Got it.
Football and a half lane.
You know, I like the strategy. We're anticipating on, the strategy is to score as the time expires and get the 2-point conversion. That way to keep Boaz away from the ball during regulation.
Yeah, but I didn't bring my blood pressure medicine.
I'm on it, and it's still up there.
Oh,
1:47 to play in the game. 1st and 10 Knights at their own 45. They've still got 55 yards to cover in a minute and 47 seconds. 21-13 is your score. Embry wants to throw. Here comes pressure, and now he's going to escape. Can Houdini make it out of there? Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a 2-yard gain, but more importantly, it ran 12, 13, 14, 15 seconds off the clock. Still running. Officials now giving them time to unpile, and the Knights have to use their final timeout. We'll take a break. 2nd and 8 when we come back. Can the Knights pull it out of the hat on the Fun Radio Football Network?
Marshall County Gas, a proud sponsor of this community channel broadcast on Horizon Communications. Enjoy the game and make it a point to get out and support your local athletic programs. And remember, gas does it better, naturally.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh. Quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
For the Arabian Knights, is there a miracle in this one? They're from their own 47. Embry wants to throw. Down the middle of the field, Andrew Davis, a sliding catch in the mud at the 31-yard line. Drag those chains. That's an Arabian Knight. Wireless Expressions, AT&T, 1st and 10.
Man, he looked like the Atlanta Braves second baseman going down, sliding in there. That was something. Oh!
Andrew Davis, sure hands in the mud, and the Knights now are getting near the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line of the Boaz Pirates. They trail 21-13. Clock is running. Snap out of the gun. Here's Embry, wants to throw it. Plenty of time. Now throwing it onto the flats. Incomplete. His receiver fell down. He lost control of the ball. Pass was intended for Andrew Davis. But Andrew Davis is running back to tell him something because I think he may have saw something. Clock stops with 74 seconds left in this football game.
Did you see Embry went back to throw the ball, and the ball came out of his hand. He had to double clutch it, catch it, and throw it, and Davis fell down. It was 6 inches shorter, and that would have been a big reception.
Boy, I'll tell you, good protection that time for the young senior quarterback for the Arabian Knights. 2nd down and 10. Knights at the Boaz 31-yard line. Double wing, double wide. Single protector in the backfield is Jonathan Spurlock. He's out in the flat. Embry wants to throw it. Throws it low for Hamilton. Incomplete, hit the ground. He may have slung it a little low that time, and Hamilton couldn't come up with it. So with 58 seconds to play in the game, it's now 3rd and 10 for the Knights from the Boaz 31.
Michael.
Yes.
If you've noticed, Embry's having a tough time hanging onto that ball, as Ronnie mentioned about him double clutching. He just can't seem to get his hands clean enough. They've moved the balls in and out quite frequently, so they got a clean ball but dirty hands.
They need a clean towel.
Yeah, his towel's filthy.
3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz by Boaz. He gets rid of it to Hamilton, who slips down at the 28-yard line. So the pass was complete, but not much yardage on it. So now the clock continues to run. We're at 54 seconds. New ball coming into the ball game. It's 4th and 6. Knights have to convert here. It's do or die. 21-13, Boaz leads. Here comes your 4th down play. From the 27-yard line. Turn, give it to Spurlock off the right side. He's running. He's got an Arabian Night. 1st and 10. Down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Pull the chains. Stop the clocks. That's another Wireless Expressions AT&T 1st and 10.
That was a great play by the coaches right there. They were expecting to pass all the way, and they do the fullback right up the middle that time. Great play.
Boy, I'll tell you, a fade route in the end zone here will give them some points. Can they do it? I formation this time in the backfield. Embry, two-step drop, slings it out there to Davis. He pulled it in, and then it was powdered out of his hands. And Davis is still down because he took the lick of the ball game right there. We've got a player down. We've got a timeout with 28 seconds to play. As they come in to attend to Davis, let's take a break on the Fun Radio Football Network. Boaz leads 21-13.
At the Pirate 20.
Breath knocked out.
Scenario, 2nd and 10 for the Arabian Knights. They are at the 19-yard line of the Boaz Pirates. 28 seconds to play. They trail by 8. Here comes a blitz. The blitzer fell down. Embry's going to run for his life. Embry at the 15 looking for the stakes and will get out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, I believe. And was he hit out of bounds? They're yelling for a flag. They're not going to get it.
He got the first down, though, I'm pretty sure.
Let's see where that, and that's that same stick over there that's got busted up a couple of times tonight. Knights now, they are going to know. I do not think he has the first down, or does he? Let's see where they spot it.
First down on the marker right there.
The marker's all bent out of shape over there, and I didn't make that up. It is bent out of shape. 18 seconds to play. Knights with 3rd down and a yard just shy of the 10. They're in the gun. Embry with the snap. Going into the end zone. Puts it up for grabs for Hamilton. Touchdown! Touchdown!
Trey
Touchdown,
Hamilton.
Arabian Knights.
Oh, that was that fade pass. I mean, that was outstanding.
It wasn't pretty. It looked like a rainbow. But the Knights, can they find a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow?
Man, what a pass. That was 40 feet in the air.
Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie the game with 13 seconds, but they can't take a timeout. They have none remaining. So what's in a bag of tricks for this Knights football team?
Well, this is what you practice for, boys.
Knights in the gun. Embry waiting the snap. They'll shift. They'll go with the tight end to the left side. Jess Smith to the right. I formation in the backfield. Here's your option play. Now Embry getting pressure, throws to a wide open man, and he gets the 2-point conversion.
Charles
Knights
Jacobs.
have tied it. Knights have tied it with Jacob the tight end, and this place has gone wild.
Oh, man. 13 seconds to go, and it's a tied ball game, 21-all.
Oh, my goodness.
I told y'all not to take your blood pressure medicine. That's what's going to happen.
The Knights on 180 over 950. The Knights have tied it at 21. An immaculate comeback with 13 seconds to play.
Don't kick it to Drew Phillips.
The smell of overtime suddenly permeates the wet field as the Knights have tied it with 13 seconds to play. Let's get the Alexander Schofield scoring recap with a smile on his face. Here's Chad Robertson.
Arab goes 80 yards on 10 plays. Took 3 minutes. 3 minutes exactly. 10-yard touchdown pass to Trey Hamilton. Then a two-point conversion to Charles Jacobs. We're tied up 21-21 in Arab with 13 seconds left to go in the game.
Boy, oh boy. Stop the presses. This one ain't over.
Man, that was something right there. Oh, me, who would have thunk it, as they say.
Kim Lund, are you still alive?
Somebody give me some oxygen.
Boy, oh boy, what a game this has turned out to be. Just when you thought the Knights were dead in the water, they come slipping and sliding and go a long way for a touchdown drive. Then they make the 2-point conversion with a pass to the tight end. 3 immaculate receptions on that drive.
That was a great play calling by the coaches. I got to say that. That was outstanding play calling.
Good strategy.
Yep.
Here's the kickoff. They'll dribble it on the ground. It'll be taken on a line drive by a lineman who will be smacked down at the 41-yard line. They'll stop the clock to set the chains. Boaz has about 1 play remaining in regulation. A 21-all tie between the Knights and the Boaz Pirates.
8.3 seconds left in this ball game.
Oh my goodness, I knew when we came here tonight we'd see passing. I said it today on Coach's Breakfast. And the passing game comes through for the Arabian Knights to tie this booger up.
And they got the ball in the muddiest spot of the field, too.
So Boaz now with 1 play remaining in regulation. What will they do? Will they just take a knee? Will they give it to the big secretariat in the backfield? They'll take the knee. We go to overtime. Regulation done at Arab. The game is tied at 21 as we go to overtime. Playoff implications galore when we come back on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
We have banks and competitors in various markets that we're in that don't have a banker that's a lender in that market. Somebody comes zooming in from another city to handle that. They're raising money for loans that they're going to make in another city, and we just don't see our role as a community bank to be that kind of bank.
For all of our new listeners that have joined us from all the other high school games across the South, welcome in. Overtime between the Knights and the Pirates, locked up at 21. And Kim, you go to the field for a toss of the coin now. One team will get to choose offense, the other team gets to choose defense. There's alternating possessions, and as I understand it, after the third overtime, you have to go for 2.
Yeah, and there's no clock. The only clock will be the 25-second clock. As a matter of fact, the official has left the booth up here.
All right.
Hey, the nice part about this is we have the momentum going into the game. A lot of kids jumping up and down on the sideline here. Coach is fired up, and that always is hopefully to our advantage.
All right, we've got about a 2-minute break here. We're going to take a break for the station, then we'll have the toss of the coin when we come back on the Fun Radio Football Network. Ready for overtime. Kim Lund's going to make the trek to the center of the field with the officials. Again, one team will play offense, one team will play defense. They start at the 10-yard line, 4 downs, and let's see where it goes from here. And it can go for a long time or it can be over quickly. We'll see as things unfold.
Man, this is so exciting. Look at everybody. There's nobody in the stadium, either side, sitting down.
I got news for you. People are walking in from the neighborhoods.
Yeah, all those people that left a while ago listened to us, I bet they wish they were here.
We got more right now than we had at the end of the first half. All right, let's go to Kim Lund for the toss of the coin for the overtime at the center of the field.
Kim trying to find a muddy spot.
Well, I'm trying not to lose my footing.
Great football game. Still got some business to settle here, okay? All right, in overtime, each team is going to have 1 timeout, so you each got 1, okay? All right? Now, you're going to get to make some decisions, but first you got to call a toss. This is tails and this is heads. What do you want to call? Heads. All right, let's see what we get here. We got a tails. So now it's your choice. Let me explain your choices. You can play offense or defense. You want to play defense?
I want to play defense.
Very good. All right. Now you get to choose which end of the field you want to play toward that. You want to play toward that end?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do? All right, you turn and face this way.
No, I want to play on this end. You want to play on that end?
Yeah. You want to go toward that end.
Yeah.
You want to go toward that end.
Okay, guys. Arab won the toss. Arab decided to play defense first. Arab will be defending the east goal. And we're ready to get things going, guys. Back up to you in the booth.
Interesting, the selection of the goal, because they're going to play on the best end of the field, Chad Robertson. But inevitably, when you win the toss in overtime, good, sound judgment says play defense first, because then you know what your offense has to do.
Exactly. You got to play defense first. And if they get a touchdown, you got to have a touchdown. If they lose the ball or don't get a touchdown, you can try for your touchdown, but you can settle for a field goal.
Right.
Now, here's the thing in high school ball, differing from college ball, it starts at the 10, not the 25.
Yes, sir.
4 downs, 1 timeout per overtime. will get to going here, and they are going to mark the ball, and this baby is about to get underway.
And the 25-second clock's the only one that works.
Exactly. The play clock is the only thing that is in play clockwise for the overtime period.
And there's only one timeout per team per overtime period.
Correct.
Indeed. So Boaz has it. First and goal from the 10 in overtime. Gaither, the quarterback, under center. I formation. Here's Langley in motion. Stops behind the tackle. Turn, give it to Phillips. Phillips is going to pound down all the way to the 2-yard line. Martin, 31 Martin, made the stop, along with the other Martin, 21. And also the Knights had a third player in there, but I did not. It was so doggone muddy I didn't catch the number.
Now, see if the Walls kid fullback doesn't get the ball this time.
He's only touched it one time tonight. Second down, overtime. Boaz on their first offensive possession. Here's the turn. Phillips looking at left guard. He's in. So Boaz goes on top, 27-21 in the first overtime. But remember, the Knights will get the ball in 4 downs from the 10.
Now they going to go for 2?
They can go for 2, but it looks like they will elect to go for 1 as I see the kicker coming into the ball game, and that is Daniel Hughes. Now, I believe after the third overtime, they have to go for 2.
Yeah, correct.
I do believe that is the same rule in high school that you have in college.
Big extra point here now.
Temperatures are dropping very quickly again, as now here's the point after. Kim Lund, give us the call on Argonne's point.
Here's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Boaz leading here in overtime. Scores 28-21. Boaz leading Arab 28-21 in overtime.
We're going to keep it right here for the Arabian Night possession, because the next break will come if the Knights score. Boaz scores on 2 plays. Now it is up to the Arabian Knights offensively to score and tie this ball game.
Coaches are down there huddled up with the offense trying to figure out what they're going to do. It's play assignment football. Make your moves. Do what you're supposed to.
The key here is not to get fired up in overtime. You know you're down. You're only 10 yards away, but you got 4 shots at the end zone.
Exactly.
Now, my question is will the Arabian Night kicking game, which has been suspect at times this year, come into play in this overtime? Most of the time, the kicking game does.
Yep, that extra point was really, really big a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Got her 2 receivers.
On first down, the Knights will stay in a shotgun. 3 wides to the right side. Now motion with Suttles. Here's the snap to Embry. He's going to run the left side. Embry looking for a block. He is going to be hit and will be knocked down at about the 5-yard line, maybe the 4 if he's lucky on the spot. But it will be second down for the Knights. Again, they need to score and tie this one with an extra point. Boaz took the lead, scoring on their first overtime possession. They lead at this point 28-21.
Embry's a little rattled there. Looks like his hands are hurting.
Or cold. Maybe a groin pull. I can't tell if he got hit.
I think he may have gotten hit downstairs.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. You got to dry them hands off.
Well, that could be a big one. Second down for the Arabian Knights. They're at the 5. Here's the snap to Embry. Busted play. He's going to keep it and will be hit for no gain.
Nobody there. He turned around and handed off. There was nobody behind him.
That was the first offensive mistake, and I'm not so sure if Embry cannot continue in this ball game, as he is hurting. And I believe that he really took a real hard hit, literally downstairs.
Yeah, he's holding himself right now. He's walking kind of carefully.
Gingerly.
Good word. Second down, third down.
No, it's third and 5. You've got an ailing quarterback who is in a lot of pain. Out of the I formation, they'll go back under center. You don't have but one timeout. I'm not so sure if you can't take it here. Wouldn't be a good thing. Turn fake to the fullback, running the option, tossing it out. Here's Spurlock looking for the pylon. Close, but no.
I thought he got it. He is so close. Look where they put the ball.
The pylon didn't move, so
How close is he, Kim Lund?
6-8 inches, something in that range.
And it is 4th down, and the Knights will elect to use that timeout. We will do the same. The game on the line in overtime when we come back. Boaz 28, Arab 21. Fun Radio Football Network.
With gas prices and inflation at an all-time high, Alexander Ford understands it's tough out there. We do not want to be just some dealership, we want to be your dealership. For all your sales, parts, and service needs, we believe we can save you money. We have new inventory on the way, a fully stocked parts department, and an award-winning service department.
Alexander Ford has been family owned and operated for over 50 years in Boaz. We want to be a part of your family.
Visit Boaz Discount Drugs and Johnson Hallmark in their new location just up the street on the corner of Highway 168 and Elizabeth Street in Boaz. Same helpful, friendly service with personal attention to each prescription. Boaz Discount Drugs is your prescription compounding specialist with custom medications to fit your needs. And Johnson's Hallmark is your source for all occasion cards and gift items. Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of our community and our local schools, academics, and athletics. Best of luck to all our local teams throughout the season. Our mission at Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is to provide the most reliable electrical service at the lowest possible rate. We strive to achieve our mission with quality and reliable service and a commitment to our consumer needs. We want to be a beacon in each community that we serve.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Hey, over there!
I can't take it no more.
First year on the broadcast crew, and we're about to lose him.
Have a pickle. 4th down, 6 inches. Arab has used their only timeout. Here's the play of the ball game.
And this could be the play of the postseason.
You're right. 6 inches to go for a touchdown.
Knights back on the field, far side hash mark. They're moving left to right. On 4th down, will they stay in the gun? Nope, they'll go back to the line of scrimmage. And look at them. They're tightening up there in that scrum formation. Here's the push. Embry's in. Touchdown Knights.
Oh, man. You had 22 ball players within a half yard of each other right then. Big extra point here also.
Kim, from that looks of that last extra point at the end of regulation, before the Arabian Night 2-point conversion to send it into overtime, I think we better hold our breath.
Well, that kick that came right before the end of the game was slow, it was low, but it made it. And that's all he needs to do is just make it. It doesn't have to be pretty.
All right, lady, it's your call. Trey Hamilton to hold, and Joyner to attempt to tie the game to send it into a second overtime.
Try that toe.
Snap to Hamilton. Kick is up. And you can hear it, folks. The kick is good. In overtime, Arab 28, Boaz Pirates 28.
Round 2 next on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
There's no better way to brighten up your day.
Hey Rob, how are you doing?
I'm fine, but I'm in a hurry. I've got to get to the cleaners before they close.
Not in Gunnersville, not at Clean Right Cleaners. Now open 24/7 with an automated drop-off and pickup. Located at 2020 Gunner Avenue next to JJ's Hamburgers. You simply sign up, letting you know where your clothes are on the line. Use your PIN number, which is the last 4 digits of your phone number, or you can use the barcode that's on the email.
Wow, that's high tech. I can't wait to use it.
Clean Right Cleaners, now open in Gunnersville 24/7, and in Arab, Clean Right Cleaners. We care about you and your.
We haven't settled a thing tonight at Arab as the Knights and the Boaz Pirates in a Donnybrook tied at 28.
Oh, man, and we had the quote of the year so far off the air. Chad, what did you say a few seconds ago?
I said I think I'm going to go on blood pressure medicine.
Boy, could this Arabian Night team be a team of destiny or the Cardiac Kids, or a little bit of both?
I hadn't even thought about the temperature right now. Nobody's talking about how cool it is. And one thing about it is about time for a restroom break.
Kim Lunn's going to get a little trot out to the center of the field. Let's hear what the officials have to say this time. All right, Kim, all yours.
All righty.
All right, now. Blue won the first overtime choice. Your choice, offense or defense? Defense. All right, defense. All right. Which end of the field do you want? You can choose. The coach will play at that end. You want to go that way? All right. Okay.
They're going to switch ends of the field.
You turn.
All right. Boaz got to pick whether they wanted to be on offense or defense. They chose defense. It appears we're now going to head west on the field.
And I think that's a good choice because if you look to the west, it's in better shape right now than it is down to the east end of the field.
But Boaz's band's down there too, and A-Rub's band's up here, if that's going to matter.
Hey, folks in the stands, move west.
Yeah.
Noise time.
Archie's going to run out of pad over here.
Second overtime, 28 all. Arab and Boaz. And implications for a season beyond week 10 on deck for everybody.
Oh, me. At least I could see when it was down here. I'm down here again. Oh.
I'm going to hang out the window.
Yeah.
You hold my ankles.
Trust me. Oh, man.
Hey, my supper's wore off. You buying supper again?
This is the...
I may buy breakfast if we win this one.
All these years we've done this, I think this is the second time we've ever been in overtime.
It is true, Ronnie. In our 12 years together, it's our second year, the second time.
First down Knights at the 10.
So the Knights go on offense, so they'll have it first down and goal from the 10 and 4 shots to get it in the end zone.
Somebody I know needs to break out that toenail polish.
Knights unbalanced to the left side and bunched up over that way. Only 2 folks to the right of center. Embry getting the call, changing the play. Play clock's at 4. Snap. Gonna run it. Embry up the middle, and he'll get down to the 6-yard line.
To about the 7.
You see what I say about the band over there, all the noise they're making too.
I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, it is against the rules of high school football and the High School Athletic Association to play while a play is going on. It's
only
not?
in college. Only in college. High school, they play the whole time.
All right, second down, Knights, same formation. Are they just going to try to grind it in? They're from inside the 7. Embry running to the left side. Got a blocker out there. Can he get down there? He's down to the 3. Maybe the 2 from where the ball hit. It's flag. At the 2 and a flag down behind the run.
About the 7.
Could this be holding?
That's the way A-Rab's looking. They're shaking their heads.
It was behind the run, blocked below the waist against the Arabian Night. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, me.
Boy, what a time for a call like that.
First penalty we've had in a long time, though.
Oh, my goodness. Chop block.
Stepping off front to 7.
And that's a long one because now
Chop
the
block
ball's going to
call.
be all the way back
Go
at the
15
21-yard line.
Back to about the 23-yard line.
22-yard line.
That means you put it in the air.
Second down.
That changes everything.
Yep.
And the thing about that, folks, is, and I'm sure you'll see the replay on Horizon Cable Channel 2, that block occurred behind the run.
Yep, we got a timeout out here. Somebody did it.
Knights have got to take it. They get one, they'll take it. Now the strategy changes. Second down from the 22. The Knights have 3 downs to move 22 yards to get this game in their favor for the first time, their lead for the first time. Things were working well until that penalty now changes the complexion of this football game.
If we're guilty of it, we should have got it. I couldn't tell because I was looking where the ball was, almost the goal line. It was 15 yards behind the play.
Well, this has been one for the books. There'll be folks talking about this one to their grandchildren, no matter what the outcome.
We'll have to ask Wes a little bit how many people we got listening on the web, because I know there's quite a few hits on this thing tonight.
We want to thank everyone for listening to Arabian Night Football here on Fun Radio. We're in the second overtime. The Knights and Boaz locked at 28, but now a 15-yard penalty against the Arabian Knights will bring second and 22 to the table.
Ball is on the 22-yard line.
It has
Second down.
been a mud bath tonight. They are caked and baked and soaking in mud. On second down, Embry, here's the snap. Boaz with their blitz, and they're going to nail him back at the 34-yard line. The Boaz defense putting Embry on his back, and great sportsmanship because Langley has just reached over and picked up Embry and patted him on the back.
Very good sportsmanship. You know, Embry is slow to get up. He has played his tail off.
These guys are going to sleep a long time tomorrow morning, and Embry's still reeling from something that went down low on that last overtime.
He's wiping his hands there on Jacob's shoulder. They're run out of white towels apparently down there.
Well, the Knights, you know, you've got 2 more plays. You better take 2 shots to the end zone here.
Right.
Double wides to the right side. Davis is out there with Hamilton, your 2 leading receivers. Jacobs is the tight end. Here's the pass to Hamilton. It's too low and incomplete. So it's 4th down, and the Knights have but 1 shot left. Otherwise, Boaz is going to get it. First down at the 10 and a chance to win the ball game. And now this is interesting because if the Knights don't score and Boaz is at 1st and 10 at the 10, do you bring the kicker in and just end the game?
No, I think I know, because you might miss it. You got 3 chances.
You got 3 chances to miss it, though.
Yeah, no. I agree with Nathan over at Horizon shaking his head no. Plus, they get more advertisement this way.
Boy, folks have gotten their money's worth here tonight. 4th down from the 33. Second overtime for the Arabian Knights. Here comes the blitz. Embry stepping up, throwing a loose football. I mean, he just threw a duck. It's intercepted, and that will turn the ball over, but it makes no difference because Boaz will still get it at the 10-yard line.
Embry's hurt.
Yeah.
Embry is.
Oh, man. He can't walk right now. They're helping him off field. He looks like he's got his wind knocked out of him is all it is. I know we got a lot of friends and family listening. Johnson's a tough kid. He's coming off now on his own. He's coming off on his own.
He got nailed after he threw that ball, and one might make a case for roughing the quarterback, but
he's okay. He's walking off.
Makes no difference. Now it's up to the defense for the Arabian Knights. Can the mighty D keep the mighty D, Drew Phillips, out of the end zone?
You know they're going to go to him 3 times off right here.
On first down, Gaither, the quarterback for Boaz. Wide out to the right, wide out to the left. Slot that way. And Drew Phillips has gone through a second jersey tonight, but he'll get the ball one more time, and the game is over. Drew Phillips goes into the end zone, and the Boaz Pirates in double overtime have defeated the Arabian Knights 34-28, despite a tremendous comeback effort for the Knights. We'll wrap this one up after this on the Fun Radio Football Network.
Drew Phillips unofficially 38. carries, 183 yards. For the Knights, Jonathan Embry, 9 of 15 passing for 119 yards. Embry, 32 rushes for 76 yards. Your final again this evening in double overtime. Boaz 34 and Arab 28. We thank you all for attending this evening. We bid you a safe journey home, and our hats off to 2 football teams and 1 hard-fought football game in the toughest of conditions.
Hold of Coach Drew Knowles of the Boaz Pirates. Kim?
Yes, working my way over this way. You know, usually they have a little chat and prayer time. I don't want to interrupt that.
There's Coach Phillips in the white hat. He's looks to see what they're going to do here and see if you can get him.
Yes, sir.
All right, they're going to do their prayer. We'll let them do that. We will take a break, and we'll be back to wrap this one up from Arab. Final score tonight, Boaz wins double overtime, 34-28 on the Arabian Night Football Network.
Horizon Communications' archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373.
For over 50 years, the team of former Wildcats and lawyers at Beard & Beard have been proud supporters of the sports and academics of the Guntersville City Schools. We wish our local schools the best of luck and encourage fans to support their teams.
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank. www.pibonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 466340.
Twilight Monument in Boaz is your hometown dealer, and they'll be there for you when you need them, just as they've done for hundreds of families over the past 37 years. You can depend on Jerry and Maxine Battles at Twilight Monument Company.
We are a bank for the citizens of our communities that we operate in, and we operate with a degree of trust that everyone hopes that they can find in their banking organization.